I'm saying? Now, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, let me just make sure I got that right. To be honest, he probably should have took a medical and went back to college. He grows up, he found that, and he was great at it, better than a lot of his peers his age. I'm finally better than y'all or something. And he's feeling the love. And put your team down in the comments, and I'll try to put them in there, especially the people who support the thing. And it's the conundrum that we've always, they're telling you that your brand means more than the hard work. Why in the world would you ever say something like that? All you gotta do is just pay attention to what's going on. Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the Fans Point of View, man. Happy 4th to everybody up out there, man. I am your host, Trekking Chubby, ever, aka Clear. This ain't your coaches and pros, the X's or the O's. This is the Fans Point of View, y'all. What's up, man? What's up? Happy 4th to everybody out there. I know everybody having a good time out there, but you see how that happened? Boom. Ooh, that's fancy. Nah, but what's up with y'all, though, man? Hope that everybody's feeling good, feeling great right now, man, because I am. And I'm about to get up into the whole bunch of topics of college football, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from Colorado to everything going on out there, because what do we have going on in the world of college football right now? You got, for instance, let's just start here. You know what I'm saying? The 5-year rule. And I definitely got to tap into that. But you got the 5-year rule where colleges or in universities, they have 5 years to play. But that gives some eligibility to a lot of players that we really ain't talked about. But I got that ready for y'all. All the way through the recruiting of the summer and how these numbers just keep fluctuating. Recruiting is not over. I don't think it's going to be. There's going to be recruits that's going to flip. So as far as recruiting goes, that's a lot to keep up with. Let's just wait until it's August. But even still, you'll see commits and decommits throughout the year. But we'll just wait until to really narrow those numbers down, right? Because you see Ohio State was at number 10 or 11. Don't quote me. I am saying, and it jumped up to number 5. And Florida, the Gators, started at number 5 and went down to number 11. So that recruiting cycle is just crazy. I mean, UCLA is in the top 15 right now, recruiting wise. Jeez, like, wait. It's just, it's a lot. So for the people out there that like the Jimmys and the Joes going to the, and getting the stars and everything, like there's a lot of teams out there that's doing a phenomenal job in the 2027 class. And the numbers just keep going. The Texas A&M continues to be at the top of that class right now, bringing in the best recruits out of everybody. They have the most of the Sports Center 300. Like that's a good thing for them. And we continue to talk power rankings, right? And power rankings is still there. You got Brennan Sorsby, he in the news. Like, what again? Yeah, because he took away his lawsuit. Brennan Sorsby took away his lawsuit. But look, y'all know I like to get the facts pulled up on the screen, and I like to read y'all a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. But happy 4th, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your beer, get your blunt, get your joint, get whatever you need to get right now. Kick back, you know what I'm saying? Get in the comments, give me hell, do all of that, man. We just gonna have fun today, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what today is about. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all just kick back and relax. I did my thing yesterday, as y'all can see, so that's why I'm here today. Oh, don't let me forget Abdullah Mason. He's fighting today, too. He got a fight in Cleveland. It's supposed to be there, man. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot going on today, and y'all just need to kick back, relax, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy the show. So let me get some things pulled up here, and make sure that y'all sharing the link, too, so everybody know that we here and we live, you know what I'm saying? So they could come in and talk their ish, because it's about to get live in here today. We gonna get live today, baby. We gonna get live. The link is down there, you know what I'm saying, for anybody that might want to, jump in and have their opinion on whatever we may be talking about. All are welcome. All are welcome. Don't be afraid to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you come up here on some BS and you gonna get the same energy you give me is what I'm giving back to you. That's just that simple as that. Fair? That's fair. You know what I'm saying? If you give me respectful energy, you hit the link, I'm gonna be respectful back to you. If you come up here on somebody, I'm gonna go come up for your neck. That's just what we doing. It's just that way. All right. So that's just, we gonna keep it that way. That just makes it simple for me, right? This makes it easy for everybody to follow. But so I did read up on that, and I gotta find that first because it was really important, and I gotta find the exact story that I was reading today, because I was like, I'm reading the headlines as I always do. I always go through the headlines and I'm reading through it. And like I told y'all before, but obviously it's going to take somebody else. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? When this news comes out, it's going to take somebody else to verify for certain people. But I said it. It was a lot to do with the college basketball. That 5-year rule had a lot to do with the college basketball, the way that college basketball was going. I mean, a lot of us knew that. Maybe a lot of us were thinking that. However, I just don't think a lot of us really even pinpointed it. But however, I did. I said for a fact that this was going down. It was happening. That college football that was taking the brunt from this because of college basketball. But however, there are a ton of quarterbacks, and particularly quarterbacks, I seen a list that was out, and I thought it was pretty dope, and I wanted to share it with y'all, that's going to benefit from this 5-year rule. But first I got to get the 5-year rule pulled up. So let me get that pulled up here. You know what I'm saying? I could have came pretty. It ain't nothing but a couple things to type in there, you know what I'm saying? And then we get rocking. But I want to know how everybody's 4th is going. I know mine's, you know what I'm saying? Since it was Friday and it's the weekend, the city had the fireworks yesterday. We had a beach day, you know what I'm saying? So it was lit, bro. It was lit for me, you know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is. Kids want to see fireworks. That's it. You know what I mean? All that other, stuff. I don't really get caught up into too much of all of that. You feel me? I just don't, but I'm not dissing on nobody, and I still want to, say happy 4th to anybody that does celebrate it. If you don't, then that's okay. But if you do, I just wanted to acknowledge you, and let you know that I want you to have a happy day. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? No, not more, nothing less with it. You feel me? But so damn, where the damn story at? I thought I swear I thought I saved it, but obviously I didn't. Maybe I didn't save it, but I thought I saved it. It's somewhere. It got to be on here. Like now, that's some ghetto. Like that's some ghetto-ish. Like come on, bro. Like it got to be up there. Like what is you doing, trucking? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why this is a real show, because I swear, like I just saved all this, and now for some reason, like it's just not up here. Like it's not in none of my save or anything. Like it's not in none of it. So we're like, that's crazy work, bro. That's how it's just a real show, though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to be, off the chain about. Ain't nothing to be super fancy about or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the eligibility, like I said, I'm gonna read it to y'all because I believe maybe I did save it and I just didn't, because it's the same old story. But I had a good one though. I had that actual story on here that was actually and a proof that not only me, but a writer for CBS Sports also thinks that college football is the winner of this 5-year rule, right? And basically, since there's quarterbacks out there like Bear Bachmeier, who else could I name? But he's a name that comes up first to me. But Barrett Bachmeier, for instance, at BYU, he didn't take a red shirt, right? Because they're taking a red shirt from the athletes, right? But so the students and the freshmen like Bryce Underwood that didn't take Bryce Underwood, Barrett Bachmeier, there's a bunch of them, right? That did not take a red shirt now have extended life in college football. right? Which is crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the losers of this particular 5-year rule are college basketball players. College basketball players, you know, and that was to do with a lot of the you know, going overseas and grabbing somebody who was, you know, playing professional basketball for the past 4 seasons just because they don't got college ball, but then they going down to a college level. Like, hold up, that ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I always thought that anyway, but it was a good read. And I'll hopefully I'll try to find it, you know what I'm saying, before time. Because like I said, we just kicking back and relaxing. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying, this, it is what it is today, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how we doing it. But yeah, that's why I had put a couple of them in my bookmarks. I put it in my bookmark in all the quarterbacks. So I'll get that pulled up for y'all here, and I'll get that put on the screen for y'all, because some of these names that were put out there for this particular for these quarterbacks that's benefiting from this 5-year rule in college is crazy. You said, DP, what's up, DP? What's good with you? You said the 5-year rule will definitely help the seniors who may need more film for the NFL teams. Also, teams that can develop more, especially those 3 stars who can break out in the 5th year. I believe that. Yes, that's one way to look at it for sure, bro. For sure. DP, what's up with you, bro? So let me I do got the link down there though. So pulling it up. So quarterback. So it says David Cobb wrote this, by the way. I want to make sure that I give my source, because you give your sources, you know what I'm saying, people appreciate that, and they might look out back for you. So David Cobb on X, according to X, college football quarterback market will be impacted significantly by NCAA's new 5-for-5 eligibility rule in the years ahead. These guys who did not redshirt as freshmen now get an additional season they wouldn't have been afforded under the old rules. So who's some of those quarterbacks, you may ask? And he had a whole list already prepared for us. Now let's look at some of these names. I'll read them out to y'all just in case you can't see them. CJ Bailey, 3 more years. CJ Bailey, of course, we all know CJ Bailey, NC State quarterback with 3 more years. That's crazy. So right? So now you get where I'm going with that. That's CJ Bailey, right? From NC State. He got 3 more years because he didn't redshirt. DeMond Williams, Washington's quarterback. He has 3 more years because he didn't redshirt. Devin Dampier, right now, Utah's quarterback with Morgan Staley. He has 2 more years. You know what I'm saying? Avery Johnson at K-State right now. He got 2 more years to develop. I think that helps a guy like Avery Johnson. We know he got freakish athletic ability, but he's not been so proven with the past. So now we know that him with 2 more years. Bear Bachmeier had a fantastic true freshman season, but now has 4 more years. Yes, 4 more years. That's crazy. And look, and we all know, you know what I'm saying, they like more time. At least that's what she said. Anyway, but Jaron Kiwi, JKS, I do not know how Saga Palute, is that Sagapalute? Jaron Kiwi Sagapalute. I just call him JKS. That's Cal's quarterback. 4 more years. Hold up. Bryce Underwood, 4 more years. What? At Michigan, right? Malik Washington, Maryland's quarterback. And believe you me, I know Mike Locksley got one with him. I think I want to see them young, but I just don't know what they got at Maryland at wide receiver, because I like Malik Washington. I think he's better than Bryce in the pocket wise, passing as a pure passer. I think he's better than him with throwing the ball. I don't know. I just like his mechanics a little bit better. Now, somebody else may say something else, but I like Malik Washington's mechanics a little bit better than Bryce Underwood's. But hey, I ain't no coach. They gonna say he ain't no coach. He ain't no ex-player. Hey, but I studied the game, though. Anyway, that is Mike Locksley's Maryland's quarterback with 4 more years. Mason Henschel, Pitt's quarterback. Yes, the freakish, athletic young man that just was playing at Pitt with Pat Narduzzi has 4 more years. Anthony Calandria. Now, we know he did some transferring here, there. I think he's at UNLV right now. I believe he's at UNLV right now, but he has 2 more years. DJ Lagway, struggled his first couple years, but now DJ Lagways has 3 more years with this new rule. All right, that's crazy, crazy, bro, crazy. Yes, bro, and that's the man. And y'all, like, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. DP's entering this stage. My man DP back. What's up, DP? What's going on?
What it do, my boy? You hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good. We can hear you great. Actually,
Yeah.
what's up with you?
Nothing major, man. I got my camera off because I got something going on. But
Man,
shit,
it's
I
all
wanted
good, man. You can rock out, man. What's up with you?
Yeah, I'm good, baby. I just wanted to chop it up with you, man. Hey, man, this 5 year rule is gonna help a lot of those teams like Iowa, Iowa State, a lot of those Big 12 teams that got to depend on developing talent and getting those 3-star guys in or those lowly rated 4-star guys in, and even some,
Mm-hmm.
2-star. We don't really hear that number often, but getting those guys in, guys that need 2 or 3 years to develop in college, get their body right. So by the time they're a senior, they can take a whole nother year. You feel me? Instead of 4 years, take that 5th year, come back, make you some money instead of going to being an undrafted free agent. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of guys that leave too early. You feel me? Their junior season and become an undrafted free agent because they don't want to wait. Well, now, bro, you're gonna get paid to be in college football, and you got a whole extra year to develop yourself and work on your game. You feel me? Now, I ain't necessarily like the no red shirt rule, but at the same time, I had to really look more and think about more with what the 5 year rule can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, if, for instance, Kamario Taylor, Mississippi State's quarterback, Jalen Radner, quarterback, 2 more years. Aiden Chalez has 2 more years to develop. Like, that's crazy. Now, did you hear some of the list that I was going through, DP? With some
Yeah,
of
I
these
heard, I
quarterbacks?
heard, yeah, I heard DJ Ladway. I think I heard the first 2 other guys you also said.
Mm-mm-mm. CJ Bailey he from your area. He from Florida. 3 more years he got, bro. 3 more years because he didn't redshirt
And
as a
and
freshman.
And I think quarterbacks should definitely take advantage of this rule, man. Because
Facts.
the NF, like we had talked about before, Chud, the NFL is not going to develop you for the most part. They looking for you to come in already ready to go, lock and loaded, ready to go. So if
Yep.
you ain't feel like you ready to lead an NFL team, stay all 5 years in college as a quarterback, or you might not got the job your first 2 years. Well, spend them last 3 years in college. You feel me, learning the game for real.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. And now and it's gonna help a lot of these quarterbacks, just like you said. And we just got finished talking about that. I think it was just last week. Me, you, and Bishop. Well, no, the week before last. Me and you was chopping up on it, and the play we seen out of these quarterbacks nowadays in the NFL, and I can't even blame it all on the rookies too. You know what I'm saying? There's some veteran quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts that's still going through his developing pains and his growing pains as a quarterback, and that threw under 200 yards receiving in a game or can't really get it done. So it's the certain era of quarterbacks, but these quarterbacks should absolutely 100% take full advantage of every year that they have eligible left in college football for all these years, because I think it's going to do nothing but just help them progress, because the way that the quarterback position is the rules around it, the lifeline for a quarterback has bumped up, what we say, between and look, I'm no professional on it, but at least another 10 years, you know what I'm saying, to where we were seeing guys retire in their 40s. Now we're seeing 40-year-olds, you know what I'm saying, playing the quarterback position, so and I think that some of these quarterbacks that's coming up right now, like, if you're not a running quarterback taking a lot of damage to your body, and you're a guy who protects his body throughout the NFL, like, your longevity in the NFL can go even longer if you're out there protecting your body, making smart decisions, running out of bounds, sliding, giving up on plays, you know what I'm saying, not out there trying to truck people or whatever else, and I get it when you compete in a game, but as long as you're doing that, like, you can play. And I think this is great for some of them quarterbacks, but I'm looking at this like these are guys who are already, like, some of these guys on this list that I just read are already great college quarterbacks. So with these years that they got on them, like, man, ooh.
And not only that, so another position where you could say that this is gonna help. Well, it really is gonna help all positions. But
Uh-huh.
another one I feel like is gonna help a lot is offensive line. Like
Oh
my
yeah.
prime example is my boy Markel Bell that went to Miami. Even though he got drafted in the third round, he was trying to get another year. I feel like if he would have been able to got another year, some more training of Alex Mirabal and Coach Crystal Ball, he
Uh-huh.
would have boosted his draft stock way up higher because the man is already 6'9", 300 plus. So just and mind you, he was in JUCO last year, so just imagine if he could have got 2 more years in college and got that development. He probably would have been the first or a second rounder.
For sure, he would have been a first rounder if had, you know what I mean. And these guys have not, especially if he didn't use that red shirts freshman year. So now we're understanding how this rule actually works. So it actually is making you want to come in and say, "Nah, I don't want that red shirt." Because if you red shirt, then you out early. Pretty much, you come in as a, right. This rule was already implemented, and the fact that they didn't take it, so I guess it's still going to work for the guys who's coming in, but the guys who are already in college, you know what I'm saying, to put this into a little bit more context, the guys who are there right now who did not redshirt as a freshman, they get a little bit more time, but the guys who are like coming out of high school going into college, that 5 years is still going to, not their 5 year clock starts, right? You know what I mean? So, but these guys like JKS with another 4 years, that's man. Could you
And
imagine
Chubb,
what we can do?
and Chubb, the running back. Do you know how many 1,000-yard running backs in college go undrafted? Numerous. So take that 5th year, get this money in college, and then do something with yourself. Because NFL, they're starting to devalue the running back position for some odd reason. I don't know why. Because there's so many running backs that did wonders in college. They get to the next level and they don't even get an opportunity, or
Right.
they'll get signed to the scout team. You feel me? But you'll make way more than what you would probably make being just a almost made it the team kind of guy. You feel me? A guy that barely even made the team, or
Mhm.
not made the team at all. You just out there on the scout team. You get to almost make 1,500,000 or plus being a starting running back in college. You feel me? So I feel like that'd be a nice little, nice little change for a senior running back or a 5th year running back in college.
So we talking guys like Keywan Lacey being a sophomore right now, being able to have an extra 3 years.
Well, see, Keywan Lacey, I feel like
Did
he's
he
so
red
good.
shirt?
Yeah,
Did he
I
red
feel like
shirt?
I'm not sure, but I feel like he's so good, he will automatically get drafted. I'm
Okay,
talking
so
about a guy who might get overlooked, like in a conference like the ACC or the Big 12, because I feel like sometimes they might overlook those guys sometimes.
okay, so you
I'm
talking
trying to
like
think of a
ACC?
yeah, you feel me? Like a guy who be balling, but his name ain't out there.
Well,
Like a guy that
Hollywood
don't that
Smuggers is
made like
out
1,000
there.
yards rushing, but the national media ain't talking about him. He don't play a lot of big games on TV. He's not playing against a lot of big schools, but he's balling.
Okay, so I mean, you can't say Ashford ain't, but like what? So I don't know because Jakari Turner at Pitt, I don't think he red shirted.
Like
I can't remember if he red shirted or not, but he be balling. But I mean, he's out there. But then you got guys like who I'm trying to name a couple of running backs from
this,
the
this, is this
ACC.
is an example I can pull out there. You feel me? And this is a guy that
You
already, you feel me,
got
that's
Jamari
gone.
Taylor.
You remember Damian Martinez, right? The running back that played with Cam Ward.
Yeah, okay.
So he got drafted, like I want to say maybe the 5th round or the 6th round, and mind you, the guy had over 2,000 yards in college rushing.
Okay.
So if he could have got a 5th year and got paid the NIL money, that's some nice money for that young man before he actually go to the NFL. And then he probably could have helped his draft stock even
Okay.
more.
I get where you're going now. I've been got where you're going, but that's a great example right there, D. Guys who are on the fringe that need them that can boost up their draft stock, or even like what I mean. Like it's
Just to
crazy.
make a little bit more money than being a 5th rounder or a 6th rounder.
I know it's crazy because I mean, like, where does the value go? Like, your value just keeps going up too, though. You know what I mean? As you're progressing, because like you said, like at the running back position is devalued a little bit in the NFL. they want somebody who can receive out the backfield and play running back at the same time, right? They want somebody. I think they want a running back. I don't know this to be for sure, right? But it seems as if they want a running back who can also be able to play the H slot, right? And the H slot
Yeah.
is just the H back position, right? For the tight ends, when they put the tight end back there, a little bit off the line, right outside of the tight end or the tackle, right? But that's also a slot position on the field that for playmakers, when they write that up, right, they call that the H slot also, right? Because you could line a receiver or a tight end or a running back there to also run a route out of the H position, right? So it's also slot. And I think that's what they wanted. They want more of a guy who can move in, maybe he could play the Z or he can play the H, you know what I mean? Play inside the numbers,
And
receiving wise, and run the ball. But I mean, I don't know that to be for sure. But if you can do that, I think when you're a Christian McCaffrey type of guy, that's what brings
and
up your volume.
and I'm glad you said that, Chuck, for the simple fact the NFL. One problem with the NFL that it is a copycat league, and this is why I say it's a problem being a copycat league. Sometimes they try to make Christian McCaffrey, or Debo Samuel, they try to make them the narrative, and every guy
Mm-hmm.
is not going to be that kind of running back. You feel me? Those guys
Right.
are specialties. Even the ETN, you feel me? ETN, he ain't going to be able to run downhill, but he going to be able to catch the ball, run outside, you feel me? Do multiple
Mm-hmm.
things, but every guy is not like that. Some guys just need you to hand them that rock and let them get busy.
Right. Right. That's a fact. That's a fact, DP. You cooking. And I think like when they but the way that this football is going, and it's always been translating, like the way that it's always been going, and with this edge position, like the edge position, I don't remember that being a thing in the early 2000s, 90s, late 90s. I don't remember that. Now I could be wrong though, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, I don't remember that actually being a thing. The edge, I think it was just
I,
defensive end, right? And
and I feel like this is why. You feel me? Back in the early 90s and 2000, probably to about 05, 08, the NFL was still a run that ball league. You still had
mm-mm,
linebackers 6'1", 6'2", 240, 250. We feel me? We trying to load the ball. We trying to stop these running backs like Ricky Williams and Fred
mm-hmm,
Taylor. You feel
mm-hmm.
me? And you know the list goes. Deuce McAllister and stuff. Guys like we
Jerome
trying to stop them from
Bettis.
running that rock. You feel me? But
Yeah.
now once it got to about 2010, it started to be more of a pass happy league. So we need some
Mm-hmm.
more athletic guys, lengthy guys on that edge that can get after that quarterback. So I
Yep.
feel like it started switching up, man.
Yeah, it did. Like, and the more athletic guys become, and you're getting linebackers who are running 4.4s, and you getting
Yeah.
defensive ends that could run 4.6s. You know what I'm saying? It almost becomes part of athlete's regimen, a quarterback to be. He don't have to be a running quarterback, but he has to be athletic enough, right? So, part of his training is agility and his speed, you know what I mean? Because you got to be able to get away from that. You got to be able to move in the pocket at least, you know what I'm saying? The pocket collapses are quicker now, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
as athletes become bigger, faster, and stronger, the positions now become, the more that you can do on a football field, the bigger payday that you get, right? So if you are an edge, such as, and I like to use him as an example because he's one of the best to do it, right? TJ Watt being a outside linebacker who can also play defensive end, aka the edge position, you start to see guys, his payday goes up. You got to pay him big because he can do two things. He's just not a guy who can line up off the edge and rush at the quarterback on an elite level. He can also get you some interceptions out that position, some forced fumbles. He also helps with the run game. And then you look at guys who just came out of college. I'm really and this is bigger than a Pitt thing, but I really use him. Kyle Lewis, that just came out of this year's draft. I believe he went down to the Miami Dolphins. But Kyle Lewis is also one of those guys. He's a linebacker, a middle linebacker that had by far. I think he covered. He had fluid hips. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? But he had fluid motion in his hips. You know what I'm saying? When he was covering receivers, to where it was looking like it would look really good, like a almost cornerbackish. So now I can say, okay, he fits a scheme to play a nickel at the NFL level, he's only 220 pounds. That's about a nickel's guy's size, but he hits and he's aggressive like a linebacker. So that's the perfect nickel in the NFL in a particular scheme, right? A linebacker that can cover the way that Kyle Lewis could. And that's perfect. And there's more guys out there, but Kyle Lewis was the first that popped in my mind, right? And now, but that's what you're saying, these hybrid type of guys. And they understand that, like, if I could do more than one thing, you got to pay me for that, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it's all about. The end of the day is, as a player, if I could do more than one thing, if you could put me in more than one position and use me in more than one scheme, you got to pay me for that. So I think that's where the money comes from. But I mean, in a position changes, but these guys is so big, fast, and strong in the way that the game is evolutionized, in the way that the game is going. Like, I think we're going to see more of that. Don't be surprised if we start seeing tackles that can catch. You know what I'm saying? Like Darnell Washington, for example. I don't think he's going to be the last. I don't know if Jordan Seaton, he's slimming up over there at LSU. You know what I mean? He get his hands together. Don't be surprised if you see him catch a couple passes out of tight end. You know what I'm saying? He can move for a tackle. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But, I think that's what we'll start seeing. We'll start seeing. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting what you're saying, man, for a simple fact. You starting to see a little bit more a lot of these jumbo packages, you feel me? Them lining up bigger guys out there in certain situations. And I feel like that comes from, a lot of these linebackers and stuff is looking more athletic than, bulky. You feel me? We getting a lot of linebackers that's 220, 225, going out there against offensive linemen 300 plus. So you start loading up down there, getting in the jumbo package, running that raw, you start moving some little jokers out the way. And I feel like, that's why we starting to see, in college, some of the teams, especially in the playoffs, some I formation. You feel me? Guys lining up, trying to see if you can stop that run game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's real interesting, Chubb. I'll tell you that, man.
It is interesting, and that's why I'm saying, like, and it goes back to the beginning of our conversation, D. Like, what would really stop? What's making a guy like a Turbo Richard, maybe, I don't know, just to say Turbo Richard that just went to Indiana, came from Boston College. He didn't take a red shirt. Now, him being a undersized, let's just say air quote undersized guy at 5'8", he's not the prototypical size the NFL wants at running back. We're stopping a Turbo Richard from having a phenomenal season at Indiana this year and then coming back to college and saying, I'm gonna just go and get the bag rather than going the fifth or sixth round to some team because I'm not 5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like, we're stopping him from going to, and I think that's what kind of got on some of these the traditional college fans' nerves, is because guys like him is taking advantage of that system. Well, I think that's also the fact that, we don't look at people as football players no more. You know what I'm saying? A guy could, like, you can be playing rugby your whole life and transfer over to football, and just because you 6'6" and 300 pounds, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's on my football team." Why? Because he's 6'6" and 300 pounds. You don't know what he can do or what he can't do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, somebody who couldn't play the game, as like a Turbo Richard running back from Boston College that is now at Indiana, being 5'8", like, hey, look, I'm staying another year. I'm taking advantage of this 5-year rule. And somebody's going to pay me. I think Turbo Richard's going to do good in that system up there. And if Indiana's not going to return to pay him, if I'm not guaranteed to at least be a third round pick, I don't want to come out. Why is that? Because what's the point? Because I can make more than a third round pick in college, because I'm more valuable in college right now, and by the running back position not being as appreciated like we were saying in the NFL. I make money in college, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I think that's where the system going. But it was largely the college basketball thing. And I think that's why this 5-year rule even came out. It was the college basketball thing. I don't really think that the age makes a huge difference in football. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? It's the heart of the line. When you're putting on the pads, one thing that I was always told to me, right, in football, and I know I'm going on like, I'm getting long-winded right here, but
you good.
When you put on them pads, no matter who you are, like we equal now, baby. We equal. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm athletic enough to put up with you, we put on them pads, we equal, baby. Let's get
But
it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
will say, Chubb, the age do can be a factor, man. Because
Okay.
if you got a 23-year-old going against a freshman 18-year-old soaking wet, you feel me? That 23-year-old got a chance to build his body up, you feel me, and look completely different than how he was when he was an incoming freshman.
I
And if
got
he had
that.
a lot of playing time, he's seen a lot more football than that freshman. So the prime example is Will Anderson. They posted a picture on, I think a couple of weeks ago, showing Will Anderson's when he
Mm-hmm.
came in as a freshman to Alabama to now
Right.
how he is at 23 or 24 years old at the Texans. And the man, it looked completely different. The man looked like a freakazoid, you feel me? He was
Mm-hmm.
still big at Alabama, but now it looked completely different than compared to he was as an incoming freshman. So, and you do have some freshmen that might come in and put in that work before they got to college that just, naturally gifted. But that don't necessarily always translate. Like prime
Mm-hmm.
example, that would be Justin Flo. Justin Flo, he came in, he was one of the highest rated linebackers. I'm talking about laying that wood in high school. Got to Oregon, injury battles, and he never really could become that linebacker everybody thought he would be coming out of high school.
But then you got these examples like a Malachi Tony. He come in early as a youngin and out there balling on guys that's older. You know what I'm saying? Like he out there putting on work. You look at like a 19-year-old elite athlete will I think can outperform sometimes in some cases these 24-year-old average athletes, right? And you know, for instance, like another example. I think now I've been wasn't Trevor Lawrence? He won a national championship young too, didn't he? Trevor Lawrence at quarterback won the national championship young. That's what I'm saying. Like you see these guys like NFL scouts, I think they
I
draft
say that
based on
joker, I'm about to
production,
say it though,
athletic traits.
that joker Trevor Lawrence, 6'5", 200 plus. So he wasn't no
I
little
mean,
guy.
but that's what I'm
Like
saying.
him,
I mean,
like guys like him and Jeremiah Smith and Travis Hunter, Malachi Tony, they just got God gifted talent. Like that's just God given. You
but
feel
so
me?
what I'm saying. So,
Every high schooler ain't gonna come out like that. I'm talking about,
but no, they
your
not. They
average,
not.
yeah,
They
your
not
average
though.
3 stars.
They
You feel
not. They
me?
not gonna come out like that. You're right, and you're right about that. They but at the same time, there's still going to be those young guys who come in big and built like that and ready to play that can
Yeah.
hang. And even some guys. I mean, a lot of these youngins, as long as you come in and you got that mentality and that heart to play the game of football, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. I don't think I think we put too much thought into the game of football. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some guys are bigger and stronger, but like I just don't know. And maybe and this is my problem, D. This is my problem, and I'm
What
gonna
up,
keep
brother?
it real. My problem is I've been short my whole life. I've always been undersized than everybody on the football field, right? I've always been that way, but that did not stop me from being one of the best, hardest hitters on the team, or one of the craziest hitters, hardest hitters on the football team.
Hit them
That's
low and
never
hit them
stopped me.
hard.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's never stopped me. So like, and that's but I can't speak for everybody else. And when I get into these conversations, sometimes I take my own, instead of just thinking logically on, sometimes I take my own perspective and what I was doing on the field. Like, okay, I never let my size determine how I was going to play in the game, just because there was a guy 6'5". Like I've laid out guys who was 6'5". You know what I'm saying? And guys 6'5" who laid me out. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the game of football, right? But it never stopped me from balling, long as I had that mentality that when you're playing a violent game as football and you have that mind state, it's mental. A lot of the game of football is mental, and if you're going out there and if you're scared to play the game, don't even hit the field. If you're second guessing yourself, you don't need to get on the field. That's how you get hurt. That's how you do things. If you're gonna look across somebody and say, "Oh my God, he may give me the work because he got muscles. He's big." Like, yeah, right. Like I've seen dudes with big muscles cut up like a chisel, like statues, and they soft as you know what I'm saying? And they soft as fresh bread out the bakery, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And to your point with the Malachi Tony too, like guys like his size, I want to say Malachi Tony probably 5'11", maybe 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
For the way he was able to do a lot of stuff he did, mind you, he know how to run routes. Like he's real smart when it comes to running routes. But as a freshman, he came in with like a senior mentality. As of he coming in the facility early, leaving late, coming in there catching 200 balls before he even get his day started, going in there watching film, sitting with the coaches, trying to learn what everybody doing on the offense, not just his position, but the O line, the running back, the quarterback, the defenses. I'm talking about the young man is in there watching film early in the morning. Coach Cristobal say he be having to kick him out sometimes. He be in there so long. If
Right.
you want to come in like that on that type of time as a freshman, especially you undersized, that's what it takes. You feel me? You got to get every single advantage you can get when you going up against guys that is bigger than you or have feel me, more speed or size than you or whatever the NFL want to say. But that's what really make the dogs for real, guys that really want it and ain't scared of the work, really ready to go in there, perform like they supposed to perform and get in that film room and study and get all the advantages that you can get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because age don't guarantee that you're just gonna have a better football IQ than somebody. Age don't guarantee that you're gonna be faster speed than somebody. Age don't guarantee that you're gonna have a better arm. Age don't guarantee that you're gonna have better instincts. And age don't guarantee that you were coached better. You know what I'm saying? So if a guy like Malachi Tony, an example, he was coached great at the high school level before he got there. So he came in with a lot of instincts, the mentality, like I was talking about. The mentality he came in with was he's not sleeping on a college level. He's not taking what he did in high school and automatically saying I'm just going to translate. No, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to outwork everybody. And how do I do that? Studying longer, being the first person at the facility, running routes when I don't need to, working extra hard, not only in the classroom but also on the football field. And that's the mentality that I was talking about. And you coming in with.
It's different out here, Chud. This man done bought a jug machine he got at his house. I'm like, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Machine at the crib.
Like
they doing it different now in college football, man.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I say like, and this because it's a position based, and now I get it. Wide receivers like, and when you talk about Malachi Tony and the way that he is, like he's relying on his explosion of his separation. You know what I'm saying? Just like a running back may be looking at his burst and his vision, and a defensive back need his reaction time and speed. So I think like when we talk and when you get them pads on, it makes you a little bit more equal wise. You know what I'm saying? Height is different. Like height, it matters in the game of football. It does, but it also can be taken away. But when you just taller than everybody in basketball, and you just taller and bigger than everybody in basketball, that's totally different though.
Yeah, because football, low man win for the most part with football.
Right.
That's a lot of people, misunderstand and get misconstrued.
Right. So I mean, like that's a great conversation though, because I mean, like, because I'm pretty sure, and believe me, you came with a great example. I think when we talk that, you know what I'm saying, there's different people that feel the way that you felt on that topic. Like it does matter, and there's people, you know what I'm saying, that maybe think another way, like it really don't matter, but I was built a little bit different, you know what I'm saying, when it came to the game of football. And I think that gets me caught up in these conversations that we may have because I never played the game like that. I never really thought about the game being me being at a disadvantage in the game because people were taller than me or bigger than me. I never really, you know what I'm saying? I never had that in my heart, but everybody's not built the same though. You know what I'm saying?
In all honesty, size matter the most when it comes to the trenches. And then even sometimes then it might not even matter depending on how quick the guys is on the D line. So if you got a huge O line and the defensive line, they just, even though they smaller, they just way quicker than them getting off the ball and, keeping their hands off of them. And you feel me? Size really ain't gonna matter at that point, but you gotta get them to do it consistently because that 330 pounds leaning on you every other down, boy, it started to wear on you like boss.
Yeah. So, like, to switch gears, like, how really important do you think, DP? Like, how important do you think hiring a new athletic director is to a college program? Like, I mean, you seen your Miami Hurricanes go from, you know what I'm saying, not being the greatest, not having good seasons, to getting back to where they're recruiting at a very high level right now, and you know, bringing in coaches such as Heatherman Dawson and Cristobal. You know, the changes you've seen your Miami Hurricanes go through. So just speaking off of from that experience, how do you think hiring a new athletic director to your program is?
Um, First, I'm gonna say like since this NIL era we in,
Mm-hmm.
the AD position it's kind of gonna change. But I'm gonna talk about the past, and then I'm gonna like try to work my way forward. So
Mm-hmm.
in the past, say when Miami wasn't that doing that well,
Right.
our ADs, the administration, as far as the president of the university and the head coach, they were never on the same page. You feel me? They was either all three against each other, or it was two against the one. And 9 times out of 10, it was always the AD and the president against the feel me, the head football coach. Really wasn't giving no help or taking the program seriously. But then when Mario got here and Dan Radakovich got here, you feel me? Dan Radakovich, mind you, he had helped build up Clemson. Because Clemson, you feel me, before Dabo got there, they really wasn't nobody for real.
Mm-hmm.
So once Dan Radakovich came up, him and Coach Mario Cristobal had a good relationship, and the new president that we got, they all had a good relationship. So they made sure Mario had everything he needed to get this football program better. If Mario needed money to get this coach, here you go. If you need money to get that player, here you go. Whatever he needed, you feel me? They're gonna make sure that's taken care of. That's why it's good for your head coach, your AD, and your president to have a good relationship and be all on the same page. So y'all
Right.
all can see that vision. You feel me? Work together. Because Mario came with a plan. He told them they plan. He told them his plan, and you feel me? And you slowly started seeing the progress. You feel me? 5-7, last year they spent all that money on them coaches that was well known, but I guess that wasn't the recipe. Too many big heads in the room. You feel me? We needed one captain. So next season went 7-5, and mind you, there was the losses that we had. They were close losses because we had won a big game in Texas A&M, and we beat a Clemson in the 7-5 season. Should have beat the Georgia Tech game, but you know how that ended. And then
Mm-hmm.
a year after that, boom, Cam Ward come in there. So that's went 10-3. And then you just seen this past season made it all the way to the Natty. So it's very important. But as of right now, though, since we looking for an AD right now, and I think it's because of how college football landscape has changed, I feel like now you need a AD that's able to help bring money into the school for sure, like the past, but also able to market your program, keep building your brand, get your brand everywhere you can, every state you can get it in. Let Jit see that you or whatever, you feel me, the Colorado Buff logo, the Crescent Top, whatever logo your school is, get them out there. Get that logo out there so people can see it. Get it on commercials, whatever you can do. It's like marketing now, and you got to make sure you're able to get that NIL situation handled too, as far as the AD. So I feel like it's kind of different now for AD than it was in the past.
Right, right. And I say that because Wisconsin, the Badgers, they recently hired. Now, I get last names wrong, so if anybody know how to correct pronunciation of it, go ahead and feel free to let me know about it. But Sean Ecorse, I believe Sean Ecorse he's the new AD up at Wisconsin, and you know from my research, he is a long time college athletics administrator, and he served like at a bunch of prominent athletic department leadership roles. Like I guess he's best known for his time as an athletic director at the University of Miami of Ohio, right? The University of Buffalo, and now he's at the University of Nebraska. Um, I believe he also spent some time as the AD, deputy AD at Texas from 2018 to 2026. And I mean, he was in Wisconsin at one point early on. They brought him back in the early 2006 to 2011. Now, to bringing him back and going back there, because I think that's where he started at. He started his career as athletic director in Wisconsin Whitewater, the Whitewater Warhawks, his alma mater. So he went to school up there. So in his time up there with the Warhawks, he had good success, you know what I'm saying, with multiple sports. And then after 5 years, he moved to be the senior associated athletic director for the South Carolina Gamecocks, going over their football and baseball programs. And that was in 2014. I mean 2004 to 2006. And then he went to the University of Wisconsin 2006 to 2011. Then he went to Miami. I thought they got him out Miami, Florida. Is that correct? So you familiar with that name?
Nah, I'm not 100% familiar with that name.
Okay. All right. So I guess it was in early April. He was hired there at Miami with the Miami Hurricanes, working under Don Shala. Is that pronounced his name right?
Don Shula.
Don Shala. Okay, Don Shula. Okay, right. And he was the fifth chancellor of the university, you know what I'm saying, over at Wisconsin and Madison. And so he's got an experience. He's, like I said, then after Miami, Florida, he was only there for a year. He went on to Nebraska from 2013 to 2017. And then he went to Texas up until recently, right? So they pretty much just got Texas athletic director up at Nebraska, pretty much, and the success that Texas has had these past couple years, almost 10 years almost, for sort of past 8 years, he's been. What's up?
I want to say this about Nebraska. Like, back in the day, Nebraska was a pretty good program. You feel me? They won a lot of games back in the day, but I feel like the era it's past their time for the simple fact the era changed, because now Nebraska, I don't think they're able to keep the best kids in high school that's in the state of Nebraska to go to the university, because they want to see more. You feel me? It's much more out there besides just Nebraska. I think Nebraska got 2 major cities in the whole state. Everything else cornfields. Yeah. Like, it's tough.
So I'll talk about Wisconsin though. We on the Wisconsin.
You're saying Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. He's worked at Nebraska, but he course is going to he's returning to be the AD at Wisconsin. My fault if I say Nebraska. He's returning to be at Wisconsin.
But Wisconsin jump around. Jump. They ain't been jumping around in a minute, dog. Yeah. One thing I say about Wisconsin that they was known for, that they gotta get back to. They got to start getting them running backs back in there and that offensive line back up to date, man, because they ain't been having the balls and the other running backs that they've been having, the Melvin Gordon and all them guys, man. They had toting that rock, running people over, laying that wood, man. Wisconsin got to get back to that.
That's a fact. Like, and I mean, we'll see what Luke, because, just a couple of weeks ago, I reported on, them saying that they were going to, the university president of Wisconsin had came out and spoke and said that he was going to give Luke Fickell a little bit more time to do his thing up there, even though they haven't had recent success at Wisconsin. He was going to give Luke Fickell some more time. So, I mean, how much time are you going to give Luke Fickell when you're going to bring in? I think when you're going to bring in a guy of E-Course, his history and what I've researched about him, he's been around some schools and they had decent success, and the most recent being Texas, to, like I said, 2018 to 2026, just now before he just took the job at Wisconsin. I would say that Texas has been doing a fairly decent job at that. So you bring in a guy, an athletic director such as him, to oversee your football program and to help with that in Wisconsin. I think Luke Fickell, I don't want to say he's on a high seat because the president came out and said that he was going to give him some time, but I think that timetable just got a little bit shorter with bringing a guy like E-Course in with his history in these programs. Because, like I said, he did start off with his alma mater, but he did go to South Carolina, where he was the senior associate athletic director at South Carolina. Like I said, Wisconsin, Miami, Nebraska, and Texas. So I think they got to get it together up at Wisconsin. I think this is a good hire for them because the Big Ten is better and known for those running backs, just as you said, when Wisconsin is playing good ball. But I thought that was something to bring up, you know what I'm saying, and to let people out there know that they making moves. Wisconsin is out there trying to make moves right now, bringing in a guy like E-Course in his history. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to talk about with that, bringing that up. And I also think that I talked about Sorsby too. So just real quick on that Sorsby thing, DP, how you feel about this Brennan Sorsby dropping his lawsuit versus the NFL to enter the 2027 NFL draft? How you feel about that? Go.
He dropping another. He trying to sue the league.
He dropped the lawsuit. So,
Oh, drop.
yeah, he dropped his lawsuit and settled with the NCAA to maintain his eligibility for the 2027 NFL draft. How you feel about that?
So that's basically saying he'll be able to play next year in college.
That's right. So that's right. So hold on. So I can give a quick read on that. Let me give a quick read so we can get a quick understanding, right? So this is published. This was just published on the 30th. I don't see the writer, but I want to get a writer credit. So if I see the writer's name, I'll give the writer credit. But it says, Brennan Sorsby is moving on to 2027. The NFL sent a memo to all 32 teams on Tuesday informing them that Sorsby, a quarterback whose college career ended when the NCAA banished him for gambling activity that included wagers on his own team while on the roster at Indiana in 2022 and betting on pro sports, will not seek legal action against the NFL after the league denied his petition to enter the supplemental draft. I accept 100% responsibility for my actions, Sorsby posted on Instagram on Tuesday evening. I did not have control of my gambling problem, and it took getting caught to realize that. But it was truly the best thing that could have happened to me. That's what Brennan Sorsby said, right? Sorsby, who moved on from Indiana to Cincinnati and Texas Tech before revelations about the instinctive gambling problem surfaced, tried to enter the draft just 3 days before the scheduled deadline. The league, which had held a supplemental draft since 2023 and hasn't had a player selected in it since 2019, denied the petition. The issues presented by our petition are too significant and too closely tied to the league's core integrity interests to permit meaningful review within the timeline presented. NFL attorney Lawrence P. Frazzoni Jr. wrote in a letter to Sorsby last week. So just with that information, what do you take from that?
Well, first thing I'm going to say is you ain't going to win trying to sue the NFL. They got too much money. They'll just take you to court the whole 2-3 years from by the time you get done. You don't got no more money going to court. That's with the NFL. But then too, I gotta say, man, who gonna pick him up? You feel me? He gonna still be on Texas Tech. If not, like, who gonna take a chance on it? You feel me? In college for the next season. So work on the work, boy. You better hit a UFL so you can play some summer league football and get on TV.
Right. I mean, but yeah, right. Do something. I mean, look, he
I don't know who gonna pick him up.
My man was out there betting on Taco Bell. He was betting on me and DP eating tacos.
Betting on the little Chihuahua dog gonna come back.
Makito Taco Bell. Hey, yo, like, bruh. So I was saying, like, but by him saying he accepts 100%, of responsibility for his actions. If you really do, and you really meant that, then you probably would be somewhere really trying to get help, right? And this is coming from somebody who ain't perfect, who went to go get help, like, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had my babies young. I had my babies really young. I was really young when I became a father. You know what I'm saying? I had no teenager years. It was straight into, you know what I'm saying? I'm in high school looking at dudes in class. They worried about getting A's. I'm worried about getting an A on my test, and I'm worried about get my baby Pampers, going to work right after school, and trying to, train for the football team. So it was early for me. But and mistakes that I made in life, and the things that I've done. So recovering from the things that I have recovered in life, general. Because I was young out there running the streets, up all night, sipping the scissor and all that. And that's a horrible thing to get addicted to, right? It just is. Yeah. So I had to enroll myself into a facility. I done that myself, though. And I went behind my people's back, behind my wife's back. I did that. I went behind my wife's back and I took anger management classes, parenting classes. And I said anger management. So And it wasn't just because I needed to, it was to just so I can talk to somebody who wasn't going to judge me, right?
Yeah,
And somebody who was going to be able, because I don't care who your husband or who your wife is. If you go home and tell them, you're not supposed to, but I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't know y'all. Y'all ain't in my circle. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to spill the beans and tell everybody what's going on with me. But so this, and I'm speaking from recovering addiction. That's what I'm speaking on, right? And that's where I'm coming from, this angle. You as a man have to take responsibility for your actions that way. That's how you become better. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, one thing, that's how I know rehab ain't shit. Rehab teach you how to do things better. They teach you how to manage things, almost as if you're on a prescription for street drugs. Like, I'm serious. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're taking too much of this, or you're abusing it. So technically, if you use a substance in a particular manner, or you know what I'm saying, you're okay. But when you're excessively doing it, then now you're abusing it, right? So it's weird the way that they try to teach you. So the best thing that really helped was just talking to somebody, just spilling the things that I've been through in my life, what I was coping with, what I was going through, like losing my brother when I was 10, seeing my brother get killed when I was 10 and he is 7, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that was the thing that I didn't deal with. So, but I dealt with all of this, and it helped me in my life, and it helped me as a man. So I'm speaking on experience from this particular situation to show everybody that you care. You have to take it. That's how you take responsibility, is going to go take those steps to get those certificates. And I was able to help other addicts. I was able to help other dads. You know what I'm saying? I was able to help people with anger management. You know what I'm saying? I became a top person. So in each of those classes and everything that I did, I became a sponsor for that particular the particular program, because I was at the top, because I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to help others throughout their problems and everything else. So I've seen them all. But the one thing, and seeing him and going through this experience, I can tell you right now that he feels no remorse. What's up?
Okay, we had pause. I didn't know if you were still there.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm just saying that, just speaking on the experience from Brendan Sorsby, like I could tell you right now, like, and he admitted pretty much, and all he said was, "I'm sorry I got caught." That's what he did. That's what he did, bro. I'm speaking on from experience. That's what he just said, bro. Like, I'm sorry I got caught, bro. He said it in there pretty much. He said, I didn't have control of my gambling problem, and it took me to getting caught to realize that.
He made it say, I'm sorry I got caught. It's crazy.
Bro, that's the truth, though. That's
yeah,
what it
you
is,
ain't lying, but it's
that's
just
what it
funny
is, bro.
It's funny how you said it. Because, bro, you gave the passionate speech, you feel me? And I was like, damn, boy, that's real, my boy. And then you hit me with he made it saying, I'm sorry, I got caught.
That's what he did. That's what he did. That's what Brendan Sorsby did, bro. That's what he did, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he done had this girl, that girl smashed. He had a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday doing this thing. Got the main chick at the crib and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You got me. Why you sorry now? Why? Because you got caught. That's the only reason why you be sorry, because you got caught. Because you wouldn't have stopped if you didn't get caught. You would have kept doing it."
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know
he probably was finna get ready to get him at Texas Tech. Yeah, boy, we finna run it.
Like, that's real, man, for real.
But I'm gonna start laughing at the man. Hopefully he do get the help that he need. You feel me?
You don't gotta feel sorry because you laughing at the man, right? Because, like I said, as a man, we deal with our situations the way that we deal with our situations. We gotta take responsibility as a man. People laughed at me. People golfed at me. People said a lot of things about me. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a whole 360. But that's what also motivated me to look at the man in the mirror. Brendan Sorsby got to look at the man in the mirror himself. He got to take a good look at himself in the mirror and say, is this the man that I want to be? This ain't me. I'm a professional quarterback. I got the chance to be a professional quarterback, and here I am throwing my life down the drain and letting it wash away because I won't go and take responsibility or get the proper help I need. And it ain't about. I don't think counseling works because it just only thing it helps is the fact that you're able to just get out things that's just sitting on your chest and on your mind to somebody who ain't gonna judge you, because we always so quick to judge each other. We're so quick to judge each other. Or if you tell somebody in your circle, now you got to worry about them telling this person, that person. And a lot of people are secretive with that. Me, I don't give a damn. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care about it. So it was easier for me to do that because I don't think that it's just the release of it. Sometimes you just need a person to just be able to hold something and not go out and tell this person about it or tell that person or use it for leverage. But we always constantly do that to each other. And that goes on in every culture. That's one thing that everybody can relate to, whether you're white, brown, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever. That's one thing that we all can relate to, is that who do you got to talk to? There ain't that many people that you could talk to, but he really do need somebody to be there for him, but really tell him, like, bro, you excuse my language, bro, you fucking up. You fucking up, bro. You looking stupid right now. You know what I'm saying? But he has to realize that he has to fix it. He got to take all the laughs. The fact that he is a well-known quarterback who has talent to be better and a high ceiling to be in there, he got to fix that himself. So he brought all this on himself, but to come out and just really literally say, I'm sorry because I got caught, ain't helping, bro. This did not help your situation, Mr. Sorsby. Like, now you gotta go, dude, you gotta take the steps. And not only do you have to take the steps, but then you have to prove, but then you gotta walk that walk. You just can't talk the talk. Now you gotta walk it. You gotta walk it, and you gotta stay away from things. He might have to, I'm not saying that it might go as far as this, but he might have to even be an advocate for the gambling. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they do the 1-800-GAMBLING, you might have to start doing them commercials, bro. Embrace this. Take this and really try to help somebody for it. Show people that you really, really trying to change. You know what I'm saying? Because during the
NFL definitely going to want to see that.
Yeah. Like, you got to really do that, because you can't come out and say, I'm sorry I got caught, because we can tell by the way you was moving anyway, Sorsby, that you really didn't care. And I know a lot of people don't care about the topic, but it's just this how real it is. Like, a lot of people deal with this nowadays, and only that they deal with a lot of things. So it brings up a real conversation to be had. Like, because people out there struggling with all kinds of stuff. Food, you know what I mean? People can't stop eating. They're eating excessively. People can't stop. You can't stay away from this. You can't stay away from that. Everybody struggle with something, bro. Everybody got something. But you got to deal with that. Don't say that I got caught and that's what helped me realize. No, what helped me realize what was going on, it was like, this ain't me. This ain't me. So if he hasn't accepted that, I don't think he's gonna change. And I think that there was a lot. I don't think, and I know for a fact right now, and I know from experience. So I'm speaking on experience, like how some of you professional football players and coaches speak on. I'm speaking from experience. I'm a professional person in this particular realm, right? So he's not sorry. He's not sorry about nothing. He didn't care. He's not sorry about that because you got caught. He said it, but that's it. I don't want to change the mood or bring the mood down or nothing. I just keeping it real. I just thought that was the perfect time for me to keep it a buck about that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, straight up, like, something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it may have helped somebody today. I don't know, but it's just real because that's the experience that I know that he ain't. They're not talking like that. He ain't cool with that. He's like, damn, and then you could tell he's like, all right, everybody want to talk about me playing at Texas Tech. They don't want to play Texas Tech. So, all right, so look, I'll go to the NFL supplemental draft. People think I'm not good anyway to go to the NFL supplemental draft. Like, I don't understand what people even thought about. Like, look, I'm nowhere near on his level, right? I'm just a fan speaking, right? And so I didn't think the dude was that good to be even, you know what I mean, sweating him over and talking about him going to the NFL in the first place. Like, I think he got things that he need to work on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they have to give up for a supplemental draft pick. If they did pick him, I don't know. Is that like a second round pick? I don't know if he's worth a second round pick or a third round pick, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I think guys I think Will Howard was better than him. You know what I'm saying? Will Howard went in the 6th. You know, Shador's better than him. He went in the 5th. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think he's worth a second or third round pick. Absolutely not. And look, but say what you want. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here that ain't did what LeBron did and they hate on him. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, to each his own. Like, so it is what it is, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I heard people talk about that all the time, though. But, you know, to switch gears, though, a little bit, though, speaking about basketball, what do you think about the trade that had went down with Ja Morant moving on? What do you think about that them trades that's been going on in the NBA? Have you been able to pay attention to a little bit of that?
Yeah, well Ja went to the on the what Ja went? Trailblazers?
Yeah, yeah.
He went to the Trailblazers. Kawhi
Mm-hmm.
went back to Toronto.
Uh-huh.
And Jaylen Brown at Philly. I seen my boy I seen the Heat's picked up Greek, Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say his last name. I ain't finna butcher it on here.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but shoot, man, I think it's better for the NBA because man, last year was a little watered down for me, man. It wasn't as exciting, dog.
You ain't lying. You
Yeah,
ain't lying, bro. I ain't even watched. I watched the finals. That was it.
that's all I seen was the finals. It was
All I
watered
seen was the
down.
finals, bro, and that's crazy. Like, cause like I know we hardcore football fans, but damn it, we like basketball too, though. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. That
It was better when we were growing up.
man, it just was,
Too
man.
many people listen. Like we used to people getting dunked on. It's when the people want to shoot the three. Like the three was cool, man. But everybody not Steph Curry, dog.
Right, right.
Everybody
That's a
want to
fact.
jack up three the whole game, man. It's just getting watered down, man. Like I want them to do better because
That's
it
a
ain't
fact.
exciting as it was.
So
We
I
had
think,
guys like Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. We almost had a superstar per team back when we were growing up.
we did. There was
Now
a
we don't
superstar
know.
every team.
I might not know half of the rosters on the bottom half of the NBA. That
Every
them
team
garbage
we had a
teams.
superstar on. Every team in the NBA there was a superstar on them back in the every day in that era, 2000 era, all that. Every single day we had a super. Every single game, every single team there was a superstar on. You know what I'm saying? You had the glove, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. All those guys back then, man, it was the NBA was balling. It was crazy, and it's just different now. But to talk about a little bit about the trades, I think that the Lakers, man, I don't even. The Lakers they traded DeAndre Ayton to the Washington Wizards for Jaden Hardy.
You heard
It's
Stephen
some
A.
picks.
about the Lakers.
Yeah, they got an all white team. They did, bro. They did, bro. I don't know what like. Look. Maybe it may
Man,
work. It may work, but you need some. You need some
listen,
Lamberts or something on that. You can't have no soft guys. You gotta have some Lamberts on the squad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Big
say
boys.
Luca gonna be hooping, but man, like
You gotta have something. You gotta have a Birdman or two on the team. You can't have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some white chocolate in the mix. You just can't have just straight marshmallow. You got
my boy say some white chocolate in
yeah,
it.
you need some white chocolate. Yeah, like Jason Williams, like Birdman from Miami. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have all that your whole squad like that. You know what I'm saying? No button up blue collar type of team. No, not with all white boys. No, I don't think it's a work. And listen, and to my Caucasian brothers out there, I love y'all too. But I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all out there would agree with me. Like, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, Chubbs. You ain't lying. You can't. Jaylen Brown, he went to the Sixers and for Paul George. I'm like, hey, that's crazy. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? That happened. I think
Yeah,
for
it's about that time for Paul George, man. It's that TikTok Mr. Wick, man, on his career.
man,
Him
man.
and my favorite player, KD, man. Kevin Durant, he changed more jerseys than draws, man. I don't understand. I don't understand
I
what
don't
he got
understand why
going
people
on,
hate
man.
on that greatness though. Why they be hating on
Listen,
KD and LeBron because they teaming up with players with these good teams like you
cause,
always
cause you know why? You know what we used to? We used to seeing Jordan and Kobe sit with
nah.
that same jersey
But
and
Kobe
get no rings. That's what we used to. Chud,
do
don't
we
do
not
that.
do we not know who Kobe
Tim
had around
Duncan.
him though? Do we not know who Kobe had around him, dog?
Man, the last
You
two,
didn't know
he
who
had
Jordan had around him,
the
dog.
last two. Lamar Odom was okay. Paul Gasol was all right, but that was Kobe,
But that's still Paul Gasol, and that's still Lamar Odom.
man. But he ain't go nowhere to get them. They came to
Man,
play with Kobe,
that's
and guess what?
cool.
The man scored 81 on the Raptors with nobody's out
And
there.
that's cool. All right,
Kawhi
so
Brown,
you believe in the Jimmys and the Joes, right? You got to have Jimmys and Joes on teams, right? So if you were coach
well,
in the team, you tell
see
me you don't want the
basketball.
best players on your team. You
See,
tell me you don't.
basketball, listen, I say basketball a little different. Basketball, two. Hold on, listen, hear me out, Troy, hear me out. Because I feel like you agree with this. With basketball, you can have two players and that'll change your whole team around depending on how good them two players is, you feel me? Would you agree or disagree?
I mean, it could change. Yeah, it's going because there's only 5 people on the court, so 2 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a big percentage of the team that can ball. But nowadays, like I said, athletes are bigger, faster, and stronger now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. It's a different day and age. You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock LeBron and LeBron and KD going to go play with the best because if
Man,
you a
KD
coach, you
my
want the
favorite
best.
player, man. But
You want the
KD,
best.
but listen, when you are the best, you need to have people want to come to play with you, not going to play with them. Like I
Oh,
like what
man.
listen, check me out, man. I like what Steph Curry said. He said he did not want LeBron coming to the Warriors because he feel like it's supposed to be about competition. And he feel like then we'll have to change our whole the way we play just to benefit and suit his playing style. And he ain't want that. So
Right.
he feel me, he ready for LeBron to go somewhere. You don't see Kawhi trying to team up with
Mm,
LeBron.
that's all right,
Me and
but
mind you, listen, LeBron, I feel like he's one of the most athletic players to ever play basketball. But greatest, I'm still giving that to Jordan and Kobe, man.
I don't care about the greatest. Jordan Kobe can have the greatest players
But
of
KD,
all
that's my
time.
dog, man. But
Not
I gotta
LeBron
call
for
him out
doing
how
what
much he
LeBron do.
switch
I
sides.
don't. I don't knock him for doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He got me all the way into basketball when he came in. He was the only player on the Cleveland Cavaliers. He carried them for the first 4 seasons of his career, straight out of high school, dunking on men. Couldn't you know what I'm saying? Got in the finals and got smacked. So you definitely need players around you. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, and I don't care how many finals he lost. I don't care. He made it there. He made it there.
This
You know
is
what I'm
the
saying?
thing, so
He
with
made
that
it
though,
there.
man. When LeBron got into the Eastern Conference, man, Eastern Conference was cupcake. The Detroit Pistons was washed by the time LeBron got out there.
All right, but
And
he went to the
the
Cleveland
The
Cavs, though.
Western Conference was always the best. The West was the best.
West was,
LeBron
but we
had
had
the who was literally
the
in the East
Celtics. I
round of
think the Celtics was then. You know what I'm saying? You
man,
had
they was
KG,
getting old
Rondo,
too.
Paul Pierce. Nah, they was balling when LeBron came in. I ain't gonna let you do that. No,
LeBron had to go to
no,
the Heat then
no.
to team up with Wade. That's why he
And
went to the Heat to
then
team up with
because
Wade.
he needed a
Kobe
big
ain't need to
three
do
with
that.
Bosh and Wade. He needed
Kobe
a
ain't
big
need
three
to
with
do
Bosh
that.
and Wade.
Kobe bust them boy
Man,
without a Wade, without
no,
a Bosh.
no. See that's why I always say. But look, to each his song. You feel the way you feel about it, and I can't stop you from feeling that way. But I will say this though about the LeBron. He need to be appreciated. The man love what he do. He loves the game of basketball. We constantly criticize people who talk about that people don't have the love of the game that they have. He loves the game of basketball. He's still playing at a high level and at 40 years old, 41,
I
42 years old.
can't take that from him at
You
all.
know what I'm
So
saying? And the man loves the game. You know what I'm saying? He is doing something that a lot of people has not been able to do. Take care of their body that's long. Stay focused this long. No matter how many people criticize him, tell him to lead the game, do this, do that, whatever else. But then we got the same people that say that they, you know what I'm saying? You need good players to make a team that's saying that he's wrong for going to go play with other good players. If you can do that and go win, what's the problem? Because everybody, and it's a high percentage. I guarantee you, it's probably about 90% of people that come out here and be like, you need Jimmys and Joes on a team. You know what I'm saying? To make a team go
with
somewhere.
basketball, with the NBA, you taking the competitiveness away from the game,
No,
dog. It
you
was
ain't
more
though, because there's
competitive
so
back
many
then.
people out there that's competitive now. You got
So
women, you
that's
got
everybody that stacking up teams, and
So
then you get
anybody that goes, so any superstar that go play with Wemby right now, they copping out. So if LeBron were to go play with the Spurs right now, is he copping out?
because Spurs got to the finals without LeBron.
So let me ask you this: what teams that can LeBron go to right now that he's not copping out in the NBA?
He should have stayed. He should have retired in LA.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
You don't went to LA now. You might as well retire there.
If I'm a coach and I'm a GM like Pat Riley, I'm going to go get LeBron. I want the best players on my team.
No, I don't want that.
You're not hiring. You're not going to go say for the first draft of the 2027 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select the janitor from downtown by the palm trees. No, you're not doing that. You're going to go try to get Antetokounmpo and LeBron in them, bro. Like that's what we doing. Like we building.
It's one thing if you listen. It's one thing if you.
So baseball's different too. Nobody that got no smoke for the Dodgers. They go and get the best players. The Dodgers got the best players, hands down. You go look at, they got a fucking all-star roster all the way through, D. All the way through. I know you don't know too much about baseball, but I bet you know about the Dodgers. They got all the best players, all the best. You know
I'm just saying, man. As far as to the NBA, like our point earlier, man. Back in the day, at least every team had a star. Now, now superstars they clicking up. So now you get the bottom half of the NBA. You don't even want to watch them games because ain't nobody on the roster. It's worth watching.
They gotta make a name for themselves, man. These young, they ain't nobody out there really trying to make a name too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, there was guys that was superstars on the team because the way that they, you know what I'm saying, the way that they was balling, though. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I understand your point too, but I don't knock him for being his age at 42 and going to go try to win a championship and going to go link up with the best, whatever
team trying to link up with. Man, he trying to chase Kobe and Jordan, bro. Just stop it. Stop it. Man. You can't catch Jordan at this point. And you don't play way more time than Jordan.
I don't care if you catch him or not. I just think we just need to appreciate him more in America, man. Like that man is a true king,
so you know how many LeBron fans. These LeBron fans are outrageous out here, man. But it's time for him to tie the laces, man, and go work on Bronny game. Go play one-on-one with him.
I hear you. You win,
pass over the baton, dog.
You win that one, bro. I ain't that like. Because you speaking for a lot of people that feel the same way. You are speaking for a lot of the people that feel that way. All I'm saying is that LeBron loves the game of basketball. He is highly appreciated over here on Sports with Truck and Chubby. I appreciate what you do for the game. He is a true icon of the love of the game. If you're going to point to the love of the game for anybody, it's LeBron James. He is literally playing this game and continues to do it. It's not for money. I don't even know if it's for championships at this point. I think he just loves the game of basketball, right?
Man.
Like, and
honestly, I feel like LeBron the reason the game watered down, man. Once he started hip hopping, other people went to hip hopping just to be him.
That's cool, man. Like that's just how the game always is, man. It's like that now with AAU. They don't go in these AAU teams on our circuit. Don't go and go get 7 to 8 kids that don't know how to play ball and go travel them out of town against other squads. No, they go try to go get the best guys that they can get on teams and they put them out there. That's just how any team sport is built. You're going to go get the best players. Like, I don't want to change the rules for getting the Jimmys and the Joes just the football. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. It's just, it only happens in football where you need this. No, because it's baseball, it's hockey, it's any team sport that you're getting. You are not picking. You didn't on the playground. You didn't pick the dude that nobody wanted last. You picked the best players that was available.
I always want to guard the best player, man. So.
I mean, but all right. So if you and the best player was on there, you wanted the guarding. I wanted the guarding, but you were still picking the best available. You wasn't picking the worst team when you was picking.
I say that I want to pick something that I can work with. You feel me? I just want it to be more competitive. The NBA ain't competitive enough, man. There ain't enough teams.
I think we just need more of that flash. I don't think LeBron in his old age I think he wants to fall back Like, I think him at this point in his older age, still averaging those points. They call him a stat pattern because he made still averaging all those points. You know, his game is dwindling. He probably need to fall back. He probably only need to play, 20, 25 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? But going to go sit on the roster with Antetokounmpo and those guys down in Miami, I think that's good. I think if he want to go play with the Knicks with Cat and
I
Brunson and
don't
them,
want him at
that's
Miami.
good. You know what
I
I'm
don't want
saying?
him to
I
go to
think
the Heat.
anywhere LeBron want to go on team, if you want to go team up with Ant-Man and Rudy Gobert and LaMelo, that's cool because that's what LeBron want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's cool. He's older. I don't know why people keep, you know what I'm saying? So obviously people think he's competitive enough, but I guarantee you nobody would ever talk about LeBron or give him the props if he was playing for the worst team in the NBA and it was getting smacked every night, but he's averaging 30 points because it was the same. That's what was happening in Cleveland early on in his career. The Cleveland was only they didn't even win 15 games when he first went, if I'm not mistaken, or was it? You know,
He made Cleveland good. You feel me? But at the same time, the East was trash around that time, man. The East the conference ain't had no competition for real. The
see,
West side was the best side.
he don't get credit for nothing he do. You can't please everybody. So the best thing you could do in your life is do what's best for yourself because you're not going to please everybody. LeBron's not going to please none of the fans out there, no matter what he does, no matter how he does it, right? So do what's best for you to do. Do what you love in your life and what you enjoy. And I think the man loves basketball. He enjoys basketball. And that's what I think that makes him happy. And that's what he continues to do, right? He continues to play. He's a billionaire in the game. He's done so much for the game. Overseas, they treat him like royalty. In his own country where he was born at, being an American, we look at him as being just whatever. We criticize everything the man do, but he go overseas, he's treated like royalty, the royalty that he really is. The man been playing the game for so long at a high level. I don't care about the stat pad. He's still doing it at a high level. He's been in the NBA the longest. Like, that is rare. That needs to be appreciated. And that's all. Like, I call it what you call it,
You know
blazing,
who I
whatever.
appreciate it from? I appreciate it from Jerry Rice because he stat padded too.
But he's still one of the great. He's still one of the greatest. And you know what I
I
mean?
appreciate it from Jerry Rice because he stat padded too.
So
Ain't nobody gonna catch half of Jerry Rice record.
shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the ladies. What WNBA team you like? Because I know you
Me,
like one. Yeah.
um, I ain't gonna cap to you, man. It's hard for me to watch WNBA. Now it's
Oh.
some lady that be balling, but I
Oh.
need some. I don't like how they be doing my girl Caitlin Clark. We need some more Caitlin Clarks. We need like more women like Diana Taurasi. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? We need some more of that, man. But it's hard for me to watch, man. I ain't gonna
It's
cap.
hard for you to watch the W right now.
Cause I was trying to watch college basketball also, man. They was missing so many wide open layups. When you see the highlights, you be like, "Oh boy, they cooking." But I will say this, man. I hope what her name is, Juju Williams or what her name is that play for
Watson.
USC?
Watson.
Yeah, Juju Watson. I hope she get back 100% because that young lady can hoop. So I hope she get back, AOK from that injury that she had.
Okay, all right. That's how we'll leave that. But I appreciate them, the women and whatever. But the one thing I will say is that is like the game is getting more. I tell you what, if I had the bread to start a WNBA team, I definitely would do it. I think it's the new wave. I think there's a lot of young ladies that's coming up, or whatever they go by. Um, that can hoop. So the fact that, what I'm saying, it taught me a lot about the game. So, it was slower and it was easier for me to follow. So that's why I was able to get into it because the men's game is faster. It's a fast pace, but I was actually able to see in motion what the women was doing, how they was breaking down the defense, how they was running the offense. So it was easier for me to follow in that particular order, to look at the game from a schematic standpoint and to be able to break things down and see how things were actually going, to understand the men's game a little bit better from a schematic standpoint. And then the women's game helped me do that, right, at the college level, because you can see things developing, how they're running it, how they're trying to scheme up out of the double teams, going into the one zone, the the 1-3-1 zone, the 2-zone, 2-3 zone, 3-2 zones, whatever they run in,
I have
man.
to say, Tub,
Like
I
I
grew
was able
up
to see all
playing a
that.
lot of basketball. I played a lot of
Okay.
AAU basketball, middle
Uh-huh.
school basketball, high
Okay.
school.
So
I
you
played a
already
lot of
understood a
basketball.
lot of that then.
Yeah, I played a
Okay.
lot of basketball,
All
man.
right. So I
And
did.
honestly, I ain't gonna count. Like my high school, we did real good around the time I was playing basketball, man. One season, we were undefeated, made it to the close to the state championship twice. Yeah, my high school was pretty good. And the girls, we had some girls. I ain't gonna lie, them girls were hooping, man. We had some girls that was tall too, but
Oh wow.
it
All
just
right.
it's tough as far as me watching the ladies because some of the stuff like the mechanics and stuff, it ain't always. Now you got some of them that be hooping. I can't take from them. Like any woman that's in the WNBA that play exactly like a dude. No offense, because I ain't trying to make no ladies mad. But if you understand what I'm saying, like they look like how the
Mm-hmm.
finesse a dude have when he out there on the court. Or any woman that plays like that, and my example is like a Diana Taurasi or Caitlin Clark somewhat, you feel me? But it's other players, other examples out there too. I can't think of their name. But yeah, any woman that plays like that, you feel me? They gonna be hooping, you feel me? But it's a lot on, like I
That don't
say,
play like that.
I don't wanna put no shot out there. But like Angela Reese, you feel me? Like I ain't never get the hype with Auntie Angela Reese, man. I don't want to give her too much, but yeah.
All right, we'll switch gears, but shout out to the ladies though. But in other news though, all the other college football news though, Chaz Coleman from Tennessee, that the Vols parted ways with him. They told him to kick rocks. So Chaz Coleman, Tennessee part ways as the Vols' massive transfer back goes bust. All right, Coleman arrived as a top 10 transfer and one of Tennessee's splashiest NIL era additions. Months later, the Vols are moving on, and this is by Chris Hummer of CBS Sports. Let's give him love for that. All right, Tennessee's splashiest transfer edition of the offseason is no longer part of the program. Chaz Coleman, a high-profile Penn State transfer edge rusher who arrived in Knoxville as one of the most coveted defensive players in the portal, has moved from the Tennessee football roster. Sources confirmed to CBS Sports on Friday the decision ends a months-long saga that began with Coleman missing most of spring practice and closes
Ooh,
the book on what quickly became one of the more complicated NIL era roster situations in college football. What do you think about this, Deep? Hey, go.
okay. First thing I want to say, did he get paid? If he got paid, he don't ran off on the plug twice. But no, what I want to say, man, that situation shows me that they didn't do a proper evaluation for a simple fact of checking out this young man's character and see what kind of character he is. You feel me? And it might not necessarily be the young man character. It might not necessarily be a fit. He coming from Penn State, Happy Valley, going, Tennessee, Knoxville, man. So ain't no necessarily I don't know, man. It's weird. And you say he missed most of spring practice, just didn't show up.
Yeah. And also, sources indicate earlier this spring that Tennessee paid Coleman in the ballpark of $2 million, perhaps the Vols' biggest investment of the offseason.
So I wonder, does he have to pay that money back?
See, and not see, that's see, and not so see what I'm saying? This situation, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not reading no reports. I didn't see anything in there. Well, I didn't read the whole thing, nor did I read the whole thing, but it don't sound like it. It don't sound like it. Sound like he just, gone ahead and got out of there. They parted ways with him. Now um I don't see anything in there that says that he had paid it. I'm reading through it right now and just quick skimming through it, but I don't see anything in there that says that he had paid that money back. This ruins a lot of things for college football players for me though. These young men and this is why I don't know contracts. Sometimes you got to be held accountable. There's no accountability for stuff like that, man. There's no accountability like that, and it says like they said according to this, there were concerns inside the program that Coleman's tardiness, engagement level, and ability to consistently meet team responsibilities early in his Tennessee tenure So there was problems with him. There was a lot of problems with him. So, but why ain't you looking, like you said, like, why don't you look into the background and know the type of player that you're trying to get? You just trying to go after the big name, or just because he just came from a Penn State, so he automatically about to put in work just because he come from a Penn State or somewhere else. Like, this is problems. Like, they're in the portal for a reason, bro. Like, they're in the, like, that, people have to realize that, man. Go ahead, D.
And then too, I'll say, man, like you say, man, you got to look into these young man's character and talk to everybody that you can talk to try to even get the young man on campus. If you can get him on a visit to see if you can understand his personality, man, because you never know. He could be an a-hole. He might be a good player, but he's just a cancer to the locker room. You feel me?
Right.
Then you feel me? He ain't coming to practice and stuff and doing all that. I don't know if somebody else gonna want to pick him up.
Like, according to this, I mean, look, Coleman was ranked number 7 overall in the 2026 cycle, according to Cooper Pinjana's 24/7 Sports Big Board. Right, Coleman had just 1 sack in 2025 at Penn State, but finished the year with a 90.3 PFF pass rush grade. That's crazy, and this is why I be saying numbers and stars don't mean nothing.
Y'all paid this man $2 million for 1 sack.
That's what I be saying, bro. But it be because they come from Penn State. Cause dude 6'5", or you know what I'm saying. Let me actually look into this man real quick. Coleman, Chaz Coleman, right? You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm gonna get his exact height and all that, just so I don't sound all crazy. Cause I know where I'm about to go with this, right? You know exactly where I'm about to go with this, right? You know where I'm going with it, bro. You know all right. So just know that I'm about to look him up. So he had 6 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble. He's a freshman. He's 6'4", 240 pounds. 6'4", 240 pounds. Right here.
He was a freshman last year.
There you go.
Yeah, he's young, man.
There it is. Young man, 6'4", 240 pounds, had 6 solo tackles and 1 sack and 1 forced fumble on the field, and you gave him almost $2 million to join your team.
Yeah, that was a bad evaluation by him.
Really bad evaluation. And on top of it, like, that's what I'm saying, like, where the contracts at? Like, you got to put that in there, but he wasn't showing up. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't, like, that's, and bro, see, that's what made it hard for the players, because it don't take that many. One bad apple spoils a bunch, right? Ain't that the old saying say? You know what I'm saying? And you got all this. So all it takes is a couple of these young men to do this, and what's going on, and it's going to ruin it for a lot of them, for everybody that's moving around. Well, once again, though, he ain't really did nothing. You paying him for what? What is you paying him for? Because he's a defensive end that got 6 solo tackles, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. I'd rather go get somebody out of the FCS who's hungry to get to the FBS, that was an All-American, proven to be one of the best at what he was doing and was good in the classroom, than rather go after somebody like this, because they went to Penn State and had 6 solo tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble.
Yeah, that made more sense what you said than doing what they did.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't be understanding. I don't be following. That's why with me, the stars and all of that don't matter to me. Like, and literally, I'm trying to see how many games the dude played in. It only seemed like he played in 1 game. I'm gonna get his overview. I'm trying to look at it and see how many games he played in. What? No, okay. So these are the games he played in, right? So these are the games he played in. So when he played FIU as Penn State, that's where that 1 sack came from. That 1 sack came in an FIU game. 4 of those solo tackles came against FIU. That's where that came from. He did absolutely nothing versus Ohio State. He had 2 a solo and an assist tackle versus UCLA. He had 1 solo versus Villanova. He had 1 assisted tackle versus Rutgers. And you gonna pay? That's what they paying you for?
Penn State, shout out. They know what they was doing.
Wow.
They like Penn State, like, man, they man, this shit ain't like that. We're gonna tell him he's the best player ever. They already know what Jit was on. That's probably why Jit transferred, because he ain't want to listen to the coaches and stuff. But you
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
what.
I'm just speculating though. You feel me? Ain't no telling.
And Hyper went and took that on. This is not a good look for you, Mr. Hyper, at all. This is not a good look for Tennessee at all. It's not a good look for a lot of the athletes and players out there who are putting in the work. Because, like I said, just because you're getting somebody from one of these big schools or major schools, they know where they come from, don't mean nothing. It don't. It don't mean nothing because you don't know what you're getting out of them. You don't know what you're gonna get. Is he gonna shut up the class? Is he gonna play on the field? But all of that for that, like so. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Moving on. But D, you could dip whenever you want to, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang around for a little bit longer, but
Dude, I
that's
don't
good.
have nothing to do, my boy.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we here then. So let's look at some of these coveted programs because this is by Chip Patterson. Now, this is a very long read, but I'm not gonna go through it, but I wanted to give him love for it from CBS Sports. But he said the greatest college football team of every decade from the 1920s to today. Dang, that is crazy. Now, I will say this. Now, I didn't know. I just realized that Notre Dame had a big history of putting it in. So the 1920s was Notre Dame, 83 and 11 and 3, right? Notre
Mhm.
Dame was there. Alabama was the 1930s. Notre Dame again in the 1940s. Then this is Oklahoma in the 1950s, right? This is good for somebody like me, right? Because I just came in, so this is good. 1960s was once again Alabama. Dang. Alabama and Notre Dame got it on lock so far. With 1970s was USC. They had a record. What was their total record? 93, 22, and 7 they was. Honorable mentions that year was Alabama and Oklahoma and Nebraska. They was all up in there and at that time there you go, 1980s was Miami. You know what I'm saying? And then honorable mentions there was Nebraska and Penn State also
Yeah,
was there.
Miami was running the '80s, baby.
Okay. And the 1990s was Nebraska and Florida State. Nebraska was 108, 16 losses, one tie. Florida State 109 wins, 13 losses, one tie. Back then, and Florida had the
See,
2000s.
I about to say what killed Nebraska, dog,
Go
is
ahead.
is the internet. Feel me? Kids able to see more. Kids that able to see that there's more out there. Because I don't think Nebraska is getting the best kids that's in the state of Nebraska anymore, dog. It's nothing
Mm,
there to it's nothing there to keep them there, man. But I feel like that's why that program kind of fell off and not able to get back to where they once were.
a lot of talent in Nebraska, huh?
Well, it could be some good talent in Nebraska, but they're not getting the best talent out of state of Nebraska. I feel like other schools going to Nebraska get whatever they want. Because all you
Mm-hmm.
got to do is tell them, hey, man, we got more than cornfields out here.
That's all they got out there.
You feel me?
Is
They got
that
two. I think they got Lincoln on Nebraska and they got Omaha, and that's it. Everything else cornfield.
Oh man. Hey, look. That's their biggest team though. So the 2000s was Florida. Honorable mentions in the 2000s were Oklahoma and Texas. Wow. Two
And
Big 12.
that, since you got there on Florida, man, my bad, cut you off.
Nah, go
No,
ahead.
I don't like I don't like them Gators because I'm a Miami fan. You feel me? They be scared of players always taking us off the schedule. You feel me? We don't whoop them last 2 years, and I actually stay in Gainesville. I stay about 5 minutes from the school. You feel me? It's walking distance. But I always tell them, y'all in Canesville now. But to this 2000 era Florida, man, I gotta give them boys credit, man, because they had one of the coldest defenses in that era, man. But I wish they had that 01 Miami on there, but it is what it is. That was just 1 year. But I gotta give them Gators credit for them defenses
Oh,
they
one
had.
Miami got love in there. They got love in there. It
Oh, you
says
see it? Okay, bet,
yeah, it
bet, bet.
says using the current membership, the SEC can lay claim to 7 of the 10 national championships of this decade, with only the 2001 Miami and 2002 Ohio State and 2004 USC seasons not ending up with the Southern Fried program. So yeah, they got love. 2001 Miami definitely got love for the 2000 decade in college football.
Them defenses was wild, man. They had Brandon Spikes out there, Joe Hayden. They had Major Wright.
Woo!
Boy, I'm talking about Dunlap on the defensive line, man. Yeah, they had a squad out there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They
So
had they
I give them credit for that. And I never was a Tebow fan, man. I actually played at a like grew up at a I went to high school in Palaca, Florida. And
uh-huh.
Tebow, he played high school in St. Augustine at a school called Nice.
Okay.
I seen Tebow in high school, brother. Man, listen, when they used to come to us, because we played them at least twice a year, you feel me,
Okay.
as far as high school football. Man, when this man came there, that man used to run all through us, dog. As far as the school. And I was a young boy watching, you feel me. I wasn't out there playing. I was a jitterbug watching at this time. I'm talking about this man looked like a whole grown man out there compared to the Jits out there, dog. He played
Mm-mm-mm.
basketball too, you feel me? You see him on the basketball court, man, out there looking swole, like a freakazoid. But yeah, Tebow, he was different. You feel me? As far as high school and college, NFL level, I feel like, they ain't want to scheme up nothing for him. You feel me?
Right.
Hey,
Right.
that's Tebow being, you feel me? I was so happy when Alabama beat them boys. But yeah, okay, speaking of Alabama, go ahead, do your thing.
Wow, you good. Alabama in the 2010s. They say Alabama got that deck. They said the 2010s Alabama. They say nobody. Ain't nobody even come close.
At
I'm
all,
trying to look.
man.
They ain't nobody come close to what Alabama was doing in 2010. So they ran a whole decade, bro. That's crazy, bro.
So, let me tell you about this Alabama, man. Nick Saban's Alabama, brother.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest runs anybody have seen growing up for a decade, brother.
Yeah.
The whole time from when the time I was in eighth grade all the way till I graduated in 2013. Alabama, and then even after I graduated, man, Alabama was kicking tail and taking names, man. But now we able to clown on them now because they was that big dog. You feel me? Saving gone. Everybody give them a hard time. I even give them a hard time. I clown on them about their class right now. Because Alabama recruit class, I think it's still in the 50s, man. I don't know what Kalen DeBoer gonna do because it's gonna be this is gonna be your guys for the most part that you bringing out there this season. So if Alabama have a 7-5 season or 8-4 season, man, it might be trouble
Ooh.
because
I
the
mean, how
schedule,
was you
the
able to
schedule ain't like
have
work.
those guys he had though? Like like what was his greatest roster? From
124-15 is crazy.
124-15.
It's crazy. That boy, like Nick Saban is a winner, man. He got the best coaches, got some of the and one thing like Coach Hayes always said about Nick Saban, man, he always kept his South Florida pipeline. Florida, period. The state of Florida, period. That was Nick Saban's goal, man. When he was at Michigan State, he started recruiting guys in the state of Florida. Kept his connections when he went to LSU and won a national championship at LSU. Also, you feel me, and recruiting guys out of the state of Florida like Dwayne Bowe and guys like that. And then went to the Dolphins. Guess what? While he was at the Dolphins, he was inviting the Florida high school coach to the facility, letting them kids and stuff see, building them connections still. Got to
Crazy, bro.
Alabama. Got to Alabama. Now you got the Calvin Ridleys of the world and Jared Judy's of the world and Derrick Henry's of the world going to your school and Dallas Turner's of the world going to your school. You feel me? Because he built that South Florida connection. And not only that though, too, he was spending that bread, but we ain't gonna get
Oh
into
yeah, they was definitely spending that. That's what I was about to get at because there ain't no way you had the running back room, quarterback room, wide receiver rooms that you had in those 2010s with Alabama.
Even
And
the defensive back room, Chubb,
was
Patrick Surtain, the
loaded,
Fitzpatrick's brother. Man, like
loaded.
Alabama, that was a true dynasty that we might not see nothing like that in a long time, especially with this NIL era, which is good.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is good, but I also think that that's what we get the complaints of some of the because they can't do that no more. You can't. I mean, you can do it, but you have to do it in such a way that you have to.
You have to spend so much money.
Yeah, and you got to spend so much money, that part, and you got to develop guys now. I think there's more coaching involved in this era than anything. And it's not like I'm not saying that Nick Saban didn't coach those guys up, but a lot of those guys had natural gifts. You know what I'm saying? They just had a lot of natural raw talent even before they got there. And when you're competing with guys, you always want to try to get a level above. So he did a great job at recruiting because he was getting competitors that wanted to get better, that wanted to better themselves, right? That just wasn't sitting there and saying, "Oh, he ain't start me" or whatever. But still, yeah, and still though. But you know, the
But then
2020s is.
too, about to say around that time, you feel me? You couldn't just transfer out of the
Mm-hmm.
blue and be mad about
Yeah,
the
had
NIL
to,
and all that.
had to
Cause
stick
around
it
then,
out.
you feel me? You had to wait out a year if you wanted to transfer around the time. Saban wasn't doing his thing. The
So does
transfer
Nick
portal
Saban?
started, towards the end of Saban career.
Yeah. So does Nick Saban actually? Does he hold on to a lot of those players if the NIL and transfer portal era was there? Do you think a lot of those players stay?
I definitely Saban being Saban.
It's subjective. I mean,
Yeah, because
it's
I
not a
think
right or
Saban
wrong
being
thing.
Saban would have also helped him also. So yeah,
And so
it's kind of subjective.
I think a lot of those. I think some players leave, and I think guys like Waddell may have sticked around, but I think somebody like Hurts would have probably bounced NIL
Well, Hurt
era.
did bounce. You feel
Right,
me?
right. So I mean, he would have bounced. I think Henry Ruggs would have bounced. I think he would have got up out of there for the bread. I think Mark Ingram would have got up out of there for the bread. I don't. I mean, I'm just spitting some names out. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I think there's a couple players that move around, but now because it was tough. It's tough to hold those guys. You know what I'm saying underneath, and they like I should be starting, and if I can go to Tulane or I can go to Boise State and I can get me, what I'm saying, $200,000 real quick, you know what I'm saying, to play running back or to play wide receiver. I'm definitely doing that. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? To showcase my talents. But I'm just saying it's hard, but maybe they would have stuck around to win. But who knows, though? Who knows? We'll never know. But, that was a great era of college football. Watching Alabama, put in that work. The 2020s go to Georgia, 73-9. Honorable mention goes to Ohio State, 66-11.
And before I say something about Georgia, I do have to say one more thing about that Saban era. The only other team that was competing with Saban around that time was Clemson. I feel like Dabo Swinney and Saban, they had ran football in that era. Clemson was the only undefeated team that went and smacked Alabama in on one of the national championship games. I'm talking about pull a pants down and smack that bully all across the field around that national championship. I can't remember the particular year. But Georgia, as far as the Georgia
Was it
Bulldogs,
2016, 2017? Something like
yeah,
that?
it was around that time,
Okay.
2015 Clemson. They had a unit of defensive line, man. I think their whole defensive line got drafted. You feel me? Yeah,
Like
Clemson was like that.
I think Dabo don't get enough credit for, what I'm saying, for what he done, like, and for what he's been doing, like, the fact that he won't go into the transfer portal the way it is, but I think he continues to hold on to a lot of his players, in retention wise as he is, because he's offering them development, and I don't understand why you would want to move from a school like Clemson, even in today's climate, the way it is, pay for play, like to play for a coach like Dabo and that staff that's been there. I wouldn't want to leave Clemson. I always, even before I really got into doing shows and podcasts on college, on football and all that, in college sports, I always looked at a Clemson team and seeing the way that Clemson balled, like, man, like they could fit. Always fit the SEC to me. Like they always look more like one of those SEC teams more than they did an ACC
Well,
team, if you will.
well, I will say this. That's how it is with the ACC when they have a team that is actually good. They look like a
Mm,
SEC team, like Florida State in
mm,
2013 when they whooped
mm,
Auburn in the national championship. When that championship, I don't like giving FS Pooh no credit, but I got to give him some credit this time. You feel me?
mm,
When Florida State, Miami, or Clemson is doing good and competing at the highest level, they look like an SEC team. That's why I would say the ACC is like the third best conference out of the P4 conferences, because when they do get a chance to compete on the level with the bigger schools, like in the Big Ten or in the SEC, they come up and they show up, you feel me? Because they got the particular size to do that. And that's why I feel like the ACC, they got to get a lot more better coaches in here with that mindset of, oh, yeah, we got to go get these bigger guys, you feel me, that we can compete in the trenches. Because that's really what it's about once you get to a certain level. That's why the SEC really dominate. Because look at the trench players that they put in the NFL, the SEC and the Big Ten. The Big Ten, I will give them the best offensive linemen from each school that they have, and I will get the SEC some of the best defensive linemen in the school that they have. That's where you get your best D linemen from out of the SEC, and your best O linemen, for the most part, come out of the Big Ten, especially with some of the additions that they added, like far as the Oregons and the USCs and stuff like that.
Right. Like, all right. So if you could go back, right? If we could go back, and that's dope, DP, what you just said, bro. By the way, your history is on point. My man knows history. Don't be playing with him out here. My man knows history. So, so if you could go back and look at everybody's number from college football, the numbers, like if we looked at numbers, just numbers alone, starting from, I guess we can go from 1 to 12, right? Like who were the number one in college football that was hands down the best, that wore college, that you can remember? I don't want you to go all the way back to the 1920s. If you can, you can. Right? If you can, you can. If you can't, I'm cool with that. But
you just saying like
number
if
one.
You think of college football, who in the team that just been representing and been winning the most? That's what you mean?
No. Like who wore the number one? Actually, like on their jersey number. No, who wore number one?
Oh, who wore it the best?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Number one. Who wore number one? Was it Cam? Did Cam Newton wear number one?
Cam Newton wore number 2 in college. He wore number 1 in the NFL.
So who the best at number 2 then that had number 1? I already know who the best at number. Who wore best number 12? Travis Hunter. He got that hands down.
The best at number 1, man. It's could be a lot of people.
All right.
That I could come up with. I can't really think of nobody other than my dog, but ain't nobody else gonna.
Who's your dog? Who's your dog?
I say my boy Deshaun Jackson, but it's my personal opinion because I can't really.
Yeah. It's your personal opinion.
Yeah, because I can't really think in college like who wore number 1. Because sometimes they'll get dude an ugly number and he be out there hooping. Nowadays they getting them 5 numbers for real.
All right.
But yeah, Deshaun Jackson, when he was at Cal, man, that man was a beast. He was gonna return that thing. That's Ferrari right there, man. That Ferrari came out that shop and that boy was skating out there, man. Deshaun Jackson was the truth. But I'm pretty sure there's some better ones out there too. Because my boy Cam Ward number 1, but I ain't want to be biased.
Cam Ward. I mean, yeah, he wore number 1 too. The Cam Ward. Yeah. But you said Deshaun Jackson, number 2. Who wore the number 2 in college football and history, like that, the best number 2? It's easy, baby. It's easy.
You want me to say Prime?
Yeah, because it is. It is Prime. You can't. Ain't nobody rock number 2 in college football better than Prime.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, boy. Cam Newton was nasty, boy.
No,
because you gotta think. You feel me? The only reason I say that because I ain't see much of Prime at Florida State, and he ain't never beat Miami.
Because I did ask you who you thought.
I say he ain't never beat Miami neither while he was at Florida State.
If we go of in history, Coach Prime got it, but number 2, I say Cam because Cam.
Because I want to say also, man, my boy Willis McGahee also wore number 2 in college, I think. Yeah, my boy Willis McGahee at Miami, he was like that before he hurt his leg.
All right, number 3. Who was the best to wear number 3 in college football? Who was the best that wore number 3?
3.
Number 3 in college football. Who was the best that wore number 3 in college football history? And y'all can play along too. Those who's watching, y'all can get in the comments too. Who's the best in college football to wear number 3? To wear number 3. In your opinion, though, this is your opinion. It's all subjective. This ain't no right or wrong answer. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Us just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Just us kicking it.
Number 3, I can't really think of a player off the top of the dome that was.
Did Carson Palmer wear number 3? Keyshawn Johnson, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think Keyshawn Johnson wore number 3 in college.
He said Cam Newton was better. Carlito said Cam Newton was better.
Yeah, Cam Newton was like that in college.
Yeah.
I just recently watched the Auburn
That's
documentary. that boy, that was different.
Why you hating, dog? You know you know you ain't better no prime, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing.
But
Stop
3,
playing.
well, I'm gonna go Miami with this one because I can't think about the top of the dome. But I'm gonna say, my boy Benjamin.
I ain't hear nobody say Charles Woodson went number 2. Ooh.
Yeah, Charles Woodson.
Ooh. I ain't hear nobody say. And
Keyshawn, you got a list.
Keyshawn Johnson did wear number 3 in
college. You got a list over there with you with number 3 people that wore number 3, and then I say who I feel like the better out of the list you give me if I get stuck like this.
Okay, all right. So Keyshawn Johnson wore number 3. Who else wore number 3? Let me see. Keyshawn.
At least give me 4 or 5 people.
I can't give you no 4 or 5 people. Keyshawn Carson Palmer. Could Keyshawn Carson Palmer for number 3? Which one of them two?
I pick Carson Palmer, man.
You pick Carson Palmer?
He was slinging that rock when he was at USC.
Okay, all right.
I got 2 people for number 4. All
right. Number 4, who you got?
Okay, the first one, you feel me? I gotta say this first because it's all about the U, man. Devin Hester was cold wearing number 4 at the U. Devin Hester, and I also gonna say, my boy
Brett Favre, Terrence Newman, Champ Bailey, Deshaun Watson.
Listen, them boys were cold, but I also gotta give it to Dalvin.
Who?
Dalvin Cook, man. Listen.
Oh, okay, Dalvin Cook.
When Dalvin Cook was at Florida State, brother, around the time Miami was filming our dog years, this man, he beat us and Florida Gators by himself, dog. Them whole years he was at Florida State, brother. Dalvin Cook, man, that man was different. If you ever got a chance to look up Dalvin Cook, Florida State highlights, boy, you gotta check it out. Then you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. That joker there was a cold man.
So number 5.
Number 5, oh yeah, I gotta get at Reggie Bush.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Number 5, I got Reggie Bush. Listen, that was one of my favorite players growing up, just because how he played at USC, brother. Like, this man was cold. And they tried to take my dog Heisman, man. They wouldn't be able to do it with the NIL era now. They trying to take my dog Heisman, but Reggie Bush, man, hey, I ain't see nothing like that around that time, brother. That was cold.
I mean, but who else was cold at running back? There's another number 5 too. That McFadden.
Let me McFadden. Listen,
Arkansas.
Darren McFadden was another cold one, and I'm also tell you another one that we forgetting about that was cold in college that you probably weren't thinking about. But LaDainian Tomlinson. He wore number 5 at TCU. That man had one game where he had over 500 yards rushing, man. The man just running that rock. LaDainian Tomlinson, I got to give credit to him, too.
FS Pooh. FS Pooh had one. I wore number 5. Jameis Winston, isn't it?
I don't want to give Big Jameis that much.
Come on. Jameis ain't do nothing at Florida State.
Nah, James was good at Florida State. I feel like the other 5 that we picked was better, especially with Reggie Bush.
Yeah, that was better for sure.
And LT, the running back LT.
Who the best that were number 6?
You gotta give me some
between names. So out of Devontae Smith and from Alabama and Baker Mayfield.
Listen, boy, I give Skinny Batman a lot of credit, dog. Skinny Batman, 22 touchdowns one season. First wide receiver to win the Heisman, and I don't know how long. Gotta give him credit. It ain't easy to do that. That used to be a quarterback award.
All right, number 7. Who was the best that wore number 7? The list that I got is Michael
But
Vick from
yeah, I was
Virginia
finna say
Tech,
that was off the
John
dome.
Elway at Stanford, Eric Crouch at Nebraska, and Danny Werfel, quarterback from Florida.
Listen, man, I'm going with Michael Vick, man. I'm going with Vick, man. The Michael Vick experience, dog. Listen, and I got a story about on that also. When I was in elementary school, I had a PE teacher that actually played against Michael Vick when he was on Florida State in the national championship game. He said Michael Vick popped both his ACLs, dog, when he was trying to tackle him. Say Michael
Ooh.
Vick broke down on him and he heard them things pop.
The kid Michael Vick was so electrified, man. He was a problem, man.
I tell you.
So the best to wear number 8. I think we got okay, the Davey O'Brien, obviously, because there's a whole trophy named after him, right? Davey O'Brien. We ain't even gonna name him because they're probably because they got a trophy named after him. So
listen, Davey O'Brien, that's back in the black and the white
back.
days.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, one thing I'm gonna say about that Chubb, with them days, the 40s, the 50s, and the 30s, I'm gonna be old heads. Be mad if you want to. But nowadays, man, them boys get thrashed. They had old linemen out there, 150 out there. Like, boy, you better cut it out.
So number 8 out of who was better, Lamar Jackson or Marcus Mariota?
Man, listen, brother. Lamar, brother. Lamar. The year Baker Mayfield won the Heisman, Lamar could have won that again. He could have won it back to back, brother. Lamar Jackson at Louisville was something to see, man. Get your popcorn ready because the man.
Marcus Mariota at Oregon, though?
Brother.
Nah, Lamar got it. Lamar got it.
Hold on, Chuck. If you can, Chuck, go to Lamar Louisville stats real quick for me. So you can see what I'm talking about. Just pull them up real quick so you can see what I'm talking about.
All right. Lamar Jackson, Louisville. You want me to put up Lamar Jackson, Louisville stats?
You got to see what I mean, brother. The man was cold, brother. Passing and rushing.
All right. Lamar Jackson, Louisville stats. All right. So let me get into that, though. All right, because I got to go there. Okay. I got to go to the college. NCAA football. To pull it up. Okay. Lamar Jackson at Louisville. His career for passing, he was a 57% completion percentage. He had 619 completions out of 1,086. Had 9,043 yards, average 8 yards a throw, 8.3 yards a throw, 69 touchdowns, 27 interceptions, threw a longer 78. He was sacked 101 times, but his career rushing yards at Louisville, he had 4,050 touchdowns. Goodness gracious!
I'm talking about, brother. The man with the plan with that number 8, dog. I can't take that from him, brother.
You can't take that from him. All right, so we ain't gonna take that from him. So who was the best to wear number 9 in college football out of you? And when we talking, there's 2 guys that come to mind with me, and that's Joe Burrow at LSU and Steve McNair at Alcorn State.
What number was Peter Ward at FSU? Was he number 9?
Peter Ward?
Yeah, it was Peter Ward number 9 at FSU? Because Peter Ward, that joker was cold, man.
I don't know.
But I like the Joe Burrow.
I'll look it up, though. Peter Ward, you said?
Yeah, at Florida State.
All right.
Charlie Ward. My bad. Charlie Ward. I'm talking about Peter Ward. Charlie Ward.
Did he wear 17? Charlie Ward? What Ward am I thinking of that wore 17, bro? What? Who am I thinking of? Y'all? Help me out there in the comments.
No, he wore 17. That was him wore 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it right.
You were right. So I get 9 to Joe Burrow because I can't think of
it. Right. I'm like, hold on. Charlie wore 17, didn't it? Yeah, like, hold on. Like, what we doing? All right. So, All right, so number 10, who is the best to wear number 10 in your era, out of your era? Okay, so we got Robert Griffin or Vince Young.
Mm.
I mean, if or you know what I'm saying. I think Troy Smith at Ohio State wore 10 too, but I
Yeah,
think that's
I
before
ain't.
your
But the
time.
names you said, even though Troy Smith, I think he won a natty. I'ma still put on the two you said before him, man.
Okay, all right. Robert
Well, I
Griffin
will say
or Vince
another
Young.
one that
Vince
was
Young
cold.
got it, bro. Vince Young got it. He the best to win on time. I like
Yeah,
Robert Griffin. Robert Griffin putting out
yeah,
work, but Vince
yeah.
Young was able
He's
to do
won a natty also. But I also
and
got to throw another
outdo
guy out
legends.
there.
Who?
I throw another guy out there, man. Steve Slayton that played at West Virginia with Pat White. Listen,
Ooh.
Steve Slayton, that boy cold at West Virginia.
Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. You said Steve Slayton.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
boy cold at West Virginia.
All right. So who you got? Who you got to wear? All right. Now number 11, Matt Liner, LeVar Arrington. Out of those two.
Listen, man. I didn't and the thing about on LeVar Arrington, I seen LeVar Arrington once he got to the NFL, man. That man was just a freak of nature. So I really can't count him seeing him at Penn State because I ain't see much of him at Penn State. So I give it to Matt Liner, but I'm pretty sure it's some better number 11s out there. I just can't think of it
All
right now.
right.
Because Matt Liner, I think he really benefited from having that elite roster. If we being real.
He wore number one, didn't he? Percy Harvin wore number one, didn't he?
Yeah, Percy Harvin was number one.
All right. Yeah. All right. So number 12. I already told you my number 12. That Travis. I don't think nobody. Well, I mean, you could look at all right, Andrew Luck or Travis Hunter in
Oh,
college.
listen, just because Travis Hunter was it was a different weapon, man. So
All
I get
right.
at Travis Hunter, yeah.
All right.
Andrew Luck was cold. Now I was a fan of Andrew Luck, but Travis, man, listen, if Travis ain't come on the scene, Andrew Luck, you might have had it, but nah, bro, Travis, that boy like that.
All
Travis
right.
Spider-Man Hunter.
All right. So all right. Now before all right, so if I'm talking about the greatest running backs and the greatest running back programs in college football history, right? As much as you could think of with running backs, right? As much as you can think of with running backs, the schools that have consistently produced good running backs and NFL stars over time in college to NFL, right? So you could think about the college and NFL. Just this is subjective again. This is no correct list. This is just, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
chopping it up on college football. Who has the best running backs who have went to college? The best running backs. Name a school. Name a school to you. Just name
Okay.
one. I'll give you one.
I'm gonna try to get like a top 5 maybe, and this ain't necessarily how I feel in what order.
All right.
Okay, I say Alabama. They put a lot of good running backs in the league.
Okay. Yeah, they did. Alabama, because you got Alabama, what? Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram,
Josh Jacobs, Mark Henry, even Damon Hayes. He had a pretty
Lacey,
decent year.
Trent Richardson,
Yeah,
Sean
man.
Alexander.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's a tough list. That's
Yeah.
easily a top 5 list right there.
Yeah,
B.
that's why I say like they. And then I gotta throw my Canes in there too, man. We don't put a lot of good running backs in the league, man.
All right, so you went with your Hurricanes.
Yeah, we don't put a lot of good running backs in the league.
All right, so what? Edrin James, Clinton Portis, Frank Gore, McGahee. Them was the guys I know.
Then shoot, Duke Johnson, but I don't. Duke Johnson, he had an okay, you feel me, tender in the
Okay,
league.
all right.
Lamar Miller was pretty good.
But if you go with your Hurricanes in that order though, you would have to compare that to like what man, I don't know. I remember Deuce the Juice from LSU. Kevin Folk, Leonard Fournette. They had a good running back. Well, FS Pooh, Devonta Freeman, Ward Dunn, Dalvin Cook. Ooh.
Yeah, I say FS.
Ooh.
But then too, I'm trying to think of Because I feel like I want to throw Ohio State in there.
Ohio State?
And I want to throw. And keep telling me to throw Penn State in there for some reason,
Well,
but
because Penn State had a lot of good running backs. Penn
yeah,
State they had a lot of good running backs when you look at the history of Penn State. Saquon Barkley. And you got to go back though. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to
yeah,
go way, way back. I mean, because I think Franco Harris went there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Larry Johnson. There was a Kurt Warner too that played running back there too at one time too. So that, but this is our history of Penn State. So yeah, Penn State has some good running backs. I guess you could say they got a nice history of some good running backs. But to me though, you know what I'm saying? When you say Ohio State, you thinking of what? I think they always talk about who's that guy? DP, old school guy, older guy.
Eddie George.
No, Eddie George ain't old school. I was around Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, Archer or something.
I can't think
Archie Griffin or Griffin. That's his name. Griffin that played running back at Ohio State. I think
then too, you got
that's
my
top
boy, my boy, what his name is, Harrison. That's in the NFL right now. That just recently came out. That played for the Patriots.
Yeah,
Henderson. I mean, Henderson. He cold. And then he got
cold.
And I don't know if you can really claim Quinshon Judkins because he's been one
Quinshon
season.
a problem. He's gonna be a problem, bro. Quinshon gonna be a problem. He might be added to that list, bro. You might could throw Quinshon in that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'll give Quinshon and Henderson. I give
another guy that was cold but really ain't do much in the NFL is Maurice Claret. You feel me? If you remember him.
Yeah, I remember Maurice Claret. Hell yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he was cold also. You feel me? So,
from Ohio State. Yeah, I remember him, bro. He was a problem. He is a problem. I forgot about Maurice Claret too. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about him. He get mentioned a lot. But man, what USC got to be the top of that list, isn't it? You would think of USC.
Yeah, you're right. USC got a lot of legends also.
OJ Simpson, Lindell, Reggie Bush, and there's a few I'm missing too. Old school guys. I know I'm missing some older guys too there though. Like that was actually putting in work out there.
Texas has also had some good running backs. Also, the University of Texas, because they had Ricky Williams, Cedric Benson. They had a few more other guys. I want to say Kareem Hunt went to Texas also.
Charles, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Texas has some running backs also, man.
Yeah, they got some running backs. Georgia, you got Georgia.
Yeah, I forgot about Georgia, man. Georgia backs came from
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia got them backs now. Georgia got it. You know what I'm saying? No Sean Marino, Garrison Hurst, Deion Swift, Gurley.
And you know what's sad too? Nick Chubb. Yeah, I'm about to say Nick Chubb, man. I feel sorry for how his career went, man. He just had some devastating injuries, dog, and I feel sorry for that, man. Hopefully he can still get back out there and do his thing. But man, injuries really, messed up his career. Cause that was one heck of a running back right there.
I think. But if you look at the Sooners had some good running backs too, though. Didn't they have 2 Heisman running backs?
They had Adrian Peterson for sure, man.
Adrian Peterson and DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, they also had DeMarco Murray
too. Yeah. And there's some older guys too. Billy Sims, I think he won a Heisman there. Back with the Sooners. And there's another Heisman. Let me see. Steve Owens. Steve Owens is a Heisman running back that went there. So I mean, they got a nice rich history. I mean, not more current than they would probably like it, but still Oklahoma Sooners had some good running backs throughout the time. You mentioned the Wisconsin Badgers earlier about them running the ball.
Yeah, I know they got a lot.
I remember names like Ron Dang because he won a Heisman. Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, well, Wisconsin got a list as far as running backs, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. So do the Cornhuskers. Nebraska do too, though. Like, Amir Abdullah, Amon Green, Mike Rozier. He won a Heisman there at one point. They got a nice class. Oh no, hold up. Hold up a minute. Um, there's another one in the SEC. The Auburn. I think Auburn. Didn't Bo go there?
Yeah, Bo went there. But I'm trying to think of a team at least
Cadillac
got a
Williams.
couple of them. You feel me? And a couple of a little bit more recent.
Oh, more recent. You talking
Yeah.
about more? But I like when you like, bro. I did say all time though, DP. Like all
Oh yeah,
time. You
all
know what I'm saying?
time.
They're like all time guys. You know what I'm saying? So, but these guys like, but I think you could you could probably say that though, like because Jamal Lewis at Tennessee, he went to Tennessee. Adrian Foster, he went to Tennessee. Tennessee put some dice backs out there too. There's a couple other guys too, but um, Arkansas, you could argue Arkansas because I remember when Peyton Hillis went to the Browns. I remember him. I mean, he played there. He played there too. So that's a tough question, but it's a subjective. It's subjective though, and it's what we could remember off top. So ADP, I gotta give us a round of applause. I think we did pretty damn good.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it all, my boy.
Straight off top. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real talk. I think we did a good job. I mean, like you probably say like USC. You know what I mean? Because all of the late greats they got in there. You know what I'm saying on there. But then like Oklahoma, they probably got a deep history. Georgia, they probably got the best combination of running backs. Maybe because if you think about the names that like. Because there was all different kind of backs that came out of Georgia too. Like they just didn't treat like one kind of back. You know what I'm saying?
I say like far recent, like Georgia and Alabama, they don't put out some good backs.
Yeah, very
People
good backs.
don't give PJ Yeldon and Blake that much credit, but them boys balling at Bama also.
Oh, that we forgot Alabama. Well, we forgot our Alabama running back.
Nah, we started out with Alabama.
But we ain't mentioned Joe Gibbs though.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Gibbs is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, and they put out a good, mix of running backs. I think when you look at teams like Wisconsin had a certain back they like. You know what I mean? I think Georgia and Alabama is a good example of how they mixed around their backs. And I ain't gonna lie, Miami too. Y'all there too with the mix of backs too, because for a long time, every running back in the NFL that I've liked, but when looking back from my era of football, especially the early 2000s and a little bit before that, they went to Miami.
And like, I say Miami.
I love Clinton Portis. Like I did. I love Clinton Portis.
That's what I'm saying. So the thing about Miami running backs at that era, those particular guys, once they got to the next level, it did not stop, and they did it to a elite level. The Adrian James, the Frank Gore, the Clinton Portis, the Willis McGahee, even my boy Davenport. You feel me? Them boys running that rock, man.
And Mark Fletcher on his way to be another one too. Like, and that was a good mix because Adrian James, he can. Adrian James to me was a guy who could take he could take a brunt hit, truck you, but he also put a move on you. Clinton Portis was a speed guy. Now, correct me when I'm wrong now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just from what I've seen. Frank Gore, I think he was a guy that could do it all way round. You know what I'm saying? He had an all way running back type game with him.
You ain't lying.
Willis McGahee, he was another one too. He ran tough, but he also can get busy on you with the speed too. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen about Buffalo and all that. So those guys to me was a little bit diverse. That running back room, the running backs that come out of Miami was diverse too. So I got to definitely put Miami. If I'm mixing them up all time as with running back, just off of my experience, that and it's subjective for me all time, I have to put Miami in my top three for the running backs who were. The running back rooms who were diverse, not just of all time, but a diverse room. And I got to put them up there. Maybe I put Georgia. I don't know. Cause I mean, I guess cause I don't know. Cause it's subjective based off of what the criteria is too, though. You know what I'm saying? Cause I guess you could say Georgia was there, but then you could throw Ohio State. I don't know. Cause I don't know, Eddie George, Maurice Claret, Ezekiel Elliott. What was all those guys downhill runners? You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about Ohio State, what I will say, like they more so known for wide receivers than anything. They had a lot of great wide receivers come through there. You feel me? They had a lot of great wide receivers come through that school.
Ohio State, they say they the new. They say they the new. They say they the new wide receiver. You right now. They say they the new wide receiver. You agree with that or not?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like they've been wide receiver you for a minute. The only other team that's really competing with them, you feel me, as far as getting them talented wide receivers was Alabama and LSU.
Yeah.
You feel me? But the wide receivers that Ohio State has put out, it's ridiculous. You got Chris Carter, Joey Galloway. You got my boy Ted Glenn Jr. Even though he wasn't that top guy in the league, you got my boy shoot right now Olave. You got Smith in the Jigma, however you say his name. You got
Mm-hmm.
Michael Thomas. You feel me? That played for them. Michael Turner, like
Ooh.
Ohio State. Bro, Ohio State don't put out some dogs. Even my boy that play for Temple right now, Ibuka.
Yeah, and Buka,
Jeremiah Smith right
and Buka,
now.
he going off right now. He going off right now. Buka definitely going crazy. But I like a lot of receivers that's in the NFL right now and that came out of some schools. Like I like for instance, like Devonta Smith. He's really what he was able to do in the 2020. Like he's just crazy, bro. Alabama, what he was able to do was just phenomenal. If I remember what he was able to do, Devonta Smith, man. Like, let me look him up real quick and let's see what his stats was when he was in college. Devonta Smith, right? I'm
That
gonna
skinny
share the
Batman
tag.
was balling.
Yeah, he was, man. Devonta Smith was going crazy at Alabama. Like he was, man. Like I want to see what his stats was. So just so I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, get y'all
I
a
know he
correct.
had 22 touchdown catches.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, 22 touchdown catches in that Heisman year.
Yeah, he did. I think. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Hold on. NCAA. Yeah, he was like, okay, so where's this? Okay, there's defense that popped up. Why defense pop up first? So yeah, he had. Yeah, that 2020 season 23. He had 23 touchdowns. He had 46 touchdowns total. He had three. He almost 4,000 yards as a receiver at Alabama. That Heisman year, that man had
That
almost
man
two
catching
thousand.
everything,
Had
dog.
almost 2,000, averaging
You put
16
it in
yards
the
per
area, he
catch.
finna catch that thing, dog. But you
Devontae.
feel me? Not only
Mm-mm-mm.
Devontae Smith, man, they had Henry Ruggs. You feel me? You got Waddle that went there. You
Yeah,
got my boy Amari Cooper that went there. Julio Jones.
yeah,
Man, Bama don't had some wide receivers, dog.
yeah. He did. Jerry, don't forget you said Jerry Judy, didn't
Yeah,
you? You,
Jared Judy. You
you
feel me?
went off
Him.
there. But you know, of all like from as far as I can remember, and I'm talking early 2000s to now. If we talk early 2000s to now, wide receivers in college, I gotta say Larry Fitzgerald got it, bro.
You just talking about out of all of them.
Yeah, if we going from early 2000s to right now, I would say Larry Fitzgerald. He got to be the number one guy from Pitt.
Larry was
I
cold,
can't
but
like, bro.
listen,
Larry, bro. He had 3 awards, bro. I think well, he didn't win the Heisman. Probably should have got it. If it was now today, he probably should have got it. But I mean, Larry Fitzgerald. Let's see what Larry did because I want to look up what Larry did because I know he had the Biletnikoff and he had another one, the Walter. And Larry Fitzgerald, he was a problem, bro. I mean, based off
Larry
of
was
like,
Larry was cold. But listen, man, Megatron at Georgia Tech dominating in a Wayne T offense.
who Megatron.
Calvin Johnson playing for Georgia Tech in a Wayne T offense, dominating that wide receiver.
Yeah, he
Just
was
like in
nice.
the NFL, you're not stopping him. But I
Yeah,
will say, Larry Fitzgerald, bro, he almost won the Heisman.
yeah, because he played in a run or he did play in a run oriented offense. I ain't gonna front to you, he did, and he was like he beat the double team a lot, but I can't put Megatron where he did above what Devontae Smith did.
Yeah, that was just, well, that was different. It was cold.
Heisman, Biletnikoff, and the Maxwell. I can't put him above that. And Randy, I don't put him above what Randy Moss was able to do. Not
But see,
Marshall.
you said the '90s. You said the 2000s. That's why I ain't think you mentioned Randy. That's why I ain't say Randy. Randy, I think he got drafted in 1999 or something like that.
Really?
either 99 or 98.
Well, it's close. It's close. He close, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Randy was
you
different
got
at Marshall.
yeah,
Just throw it up.
yeah, Randy, he was different. He was different because he had a bunch of touchdowns. He had a bunch of touchdowns. But I mean, what's your boy from Oklahoma State? Damn, I always get his first
Oh,
name.
CD
Blackman.
Lamb.
Blackman.
Oh, James, you know what's crazy is
Just
They had Dez Bryant and James Blackman. James Blackman had that can't get right itis. He just couldn't get right, man. I think he had a drinking problem. Because the
yeah,
games he did play when he was in Jacksonville, man, couldn't nobody stop him. Just
Blackman.
couldn't get right.
Blackman, a problem. Michael Crabtree at Texas Tech had a good career in the 2000s. You think, right?
Yeah, man. And
Michael
speaking of Texas,
Crabtree, Jamar Chase at LSU.
you with LSU, they had Jamar Chase and they had Justin Jefferson. And then
Yeah,
don't forget about Odell Beckham.
Beckham. Odell Beckham.
He went there, and
Jarvis
Jarvis Landry
Landry.
went there.
Yeah, yeah,
Dwayne Bone. That LSU had some dogs that went there.
yeah. They did. They did. So let's think of somebody.
Even neighbor.
James Washington went to Oklahoma State too, though.
Yeah, Oklahoma State always had a nice little squad of wide receivers.
Yeah. Daz went there, but I don't think it's in the 2000s though. So you know what I'm saying. But still, like Daz, Devontae Adams, bro, Fresno, he was a problem at Fresno, honey. He was a problem at Fresno. Looking back at the history.
And the thing about Devontae Adams, that would probably ain't give him that much spotlight because he went to somewhere like Fresno. In the school, we ain't really think about who had two good guys was Clemson with Sammy Watkins and my boy Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, yeah. You gotta mention those guys for sure. We can't skip over them. But you know, there's one name at Alabama we ain't mentioned either. We keep forgetting to mention, dog.
Who that?
Amari Cooper.
Oh yeah, I said Amari Cooper. I said I listened off the other guys. Amari Cooper, he a dog, man. A South Florida native, you feel me?
Shout out to my OGs out there listening. I know my OGs like, hold up. What you talking about? Peter Warwick and Tim Brown. Them young bucks ain't got nothing on them. They ain't got nothing on them, huh? That's what all heroes out there saying right now. Tim Brown at Notre Dame was different. What y'all talking about? Y'all young.
And you know, football was way under recruited back in the day for the Silver Fat. You had guys like Terrell Owens going to Chattanooga, and you feel me, my boy Jerry Rice going to the HBCUs, you feel me? Even Shannon Sharp. They was missing out on all kind of talent back in the day, but nowadays, boy, they lifting up every curtain and every skirt, boy. You ain't if you're a top player, they trying to come find you nowadays.
So who's your top 5 list of wide receivers? I'll give you mine just to let you go ahead and think about it. Just because we named a lot of receivers, top 5 receivers in college football. I'll give you my list, and then we'll do a running back list, and then we'll get up on out of here because we've been kicking it for a minute. But I got Larry Fitzgerald, Devontae Smith, Randy Moss, Justin Blackman at Oklahoma State, and Michael Crabtree at Texas Tech.
Okay, see who I'm gonna pick.
You want me? I'll give you some names.
I can think of some. I just so many with wide receiver.
Hey, your top five. It's subjective. Can't nobody really argue your list. That's DP list. Who care what anybody else think about it? This your list, D.
My list stronger as far as the NFL. But college, there's so many. Oh, it's a variety of guys I can say, man. Let me see.
I forgot Jordan Addison at Pitt. He went off for that year. Corey Davis at Western Michigan. He was a problem. Damn. But it's cool though. I just named my top 5. But
I say Braylon Edwards, he was cold in college. He was cold at Michigan, Braylon Edwards.
Okay. So you got Braylon Edwards, that's one.
I throw him on there. Who else, man? I want to throw.
You just talking about Megatron at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Megatron on there, man. Megatron is different, man. Who else, man?
Who
The
you like
one,
out of the LSU guys? Who's your favorite out of LSU guys?
my favorite out of LSU, I ain't gonna count, man. Justin Jefferson was him at
Okay,
LSU.
so that's three.
I put Justin Jefferson on there.
Okay,
Julio Jones, he couldn't nobody stop that man.
Alabama. Okay, that's four.
And who I'm gonna pick last? Listen, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. By the time it's over with, you feel me? I'm gonna throw Jeremiah Smith on there, man, because that listen, that's baby T.O. right there, dog. I gotta give him his credit. I call him since I seen him his freshman year. I've been calling him baby
I
T.O. The man
I like
built just
that.
like Terrell Owens, dog.
I like that. I like that. He said Rocket Ishmael. All right. I give you that. I give you that list. I give you that. You might have got DP. You might have got me there. So all
Now
right, top.
you had a real elite list, man. I ain't gonna count. I was
Yeah.
trying to go outside of some of the names you said.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So where you go running backs. So you go top five running backs. Your top five. This your top five your guys, the guys you like, and you know what I'm saying. If you want to go all Miami, you go all Miami. It don't matter. The top five
nah,
guys, the show
I ain't
list.
gonna be biased, but
And
listen, first
not
man,
today's running backs, but you could throw one to today running back in there. But we want to try to expand our variety of history.
first man, I'm gonna say, man, is Adrian Peterson, man. That man was a machine at Oklahoma. It wasn't nothing like it. He was just built different, dog. Yeah,
Oh,
he was built different, man. Dude, I'm gonna throw Derrick Henry on there. He was truck load. Yeah,
you got
Derrick Henry
AP
truck
and
load.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, dog. And shoot, hey, listen, listen, I really enjoyed watching Darren McFadden play. We brought his name up there.
Okay, Darren
Darren McFadden
McFadden.
was cold. I gotta give Reggie Bush his love, you feel me?
Okay, yeah, Reggie Bush get his, yeah.
And for my last one, who I'm gonna put for my last one, dog? Man, listen, bruh. Hey, it hurt me to say this, but dog, like, bruh, Dalvin Cook was different in college, bro.
Dalvin Cook. Okay,
Dalvin
okay,
Cook was different in college, bro.
okay. All right, Dalvin Cook. All right, you got your five. So you got AP, Derrick Henry, Derek McFadden, Reggie Bush, and Dalvin Cook. Good variety of guys right there.
Yeah, man.
So for me, I gotta see. You took Reggie away from me, so I ain't gonna say Reggie because you took him and you took AP from me. Um, uh, and you went with Derrick Henry, so I'm gonna go with I go with Trent Richardson from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I go Trent Richardson, Alabama. That's why I'm gonna go with my number one. My number two, I'll go with I gotta go with I'm gonna roll with Jamal Charles from Texas.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm gonna go with Jamal Charles from Texas. You know what I'm saying? And that there, I like Jamal Charles at three. Well, in no particular order because it's all I could change
Yeah.
it, but um, boy, I really like Garrison Hurst, man. I really like him, but that's a little bit before me. So I roll with I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb. I'll go with Nick Chubb at Georgia. Nick
I ain't
Chubb
mad
at
at that.
Georgia. Nick Chubb at Georgia. And then Saquon Barkley from Penn State because he was nasty.
Yeah, he definitely was nasty. Yeah,
Saquon is.
I'm gonna throw three honorable mentions out there just cause you know.
Hold on, let me get down with my list for you.
Oh,
Take
so
that
I thought that was
away.
five.
got one more. I
My
got one
bad, my
more.
bad.
I got one more. And I'm gonna go with oh yeah. I Clinton Portis, Miami. That's my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Clinton
sir.
Portis. Clinton Portis, my guy. I mean, obviously you got AP, Derrick Henry, Darren McFadden from Arkansas, Reggie Bush, USC, Dalvin Cook, FSU. I got Trent Richardson, Alabama, Jamal Charles, Texas, Nick Chubb, Georgia, Saquon Barkley, Penn State, Clinton Portis, Miami.
And I'm gonna throw some honorable mentions out there, man. And some of these for the old head. But
Okay.
one on, you feel me? We gonna be like, dang, and they don't want to say their name. But I gotta give Ricky Williams at Texas some love when he played with Texas. Yeah, Ricky Williams, I think he won the Heisman, I want to say. That boy toting that rock. And
Okay.
then I gotta give Barry Sanders some love. This for the old head. Shout out to the OGs. Barry Sanders was killing that Oklahoma State. And last but not least, a man that would have won the Heisman if he was at a bigger school and wasn't playing for a G5 program is Marshall Falk. Man was killing in college.
Oh,
Marshall Falk
San
was killing
Diego
in college.
State. San
Killing in
Diego
college.
State, boy, he was killing it in college. As okay, so you want to go with 3 on? So my 3 honorable mentions. I'm gonna start off, and this shout out to my OGs, man, because I ain't want to go dig deep. I wanted to bring up people I actually watch, but shout out to the OGs that's watching right now. I appreciate y'all because y'all been dropping that game on me. I'm gonna go with Marcus Allen. You know what I'm saying? At
Okay.
USC. You know what I'm saying? He was a Heisman winner. For sure, for sure. I'm gonna definitely roll with I'm gonna roll with who else? Earl Campbell from Texas, because yeah, that's another OG guy.
Tree Trump.
And I'm gonna shout out to one more. I'm gonna go with Herschel Walker from Georgia.
Oh yeah, I ain't mad at that neither. Herschel
You know what
Walker
I'm
ain't gonna try
saying?
to do it all.
Yeah, I mean, so look, I mean, listen, man, hold up, bro. I gotta go back through our list, bro. We sick.
Hey,
Hey, bro, we
we gonna have
cold
we
for
gonna have
real,
to do
bro.
another show like this with the NFL also,
The
man.
NFL,
Yeah, we
the
gotta do another
NFL.
show like this, dog.
We can
Also.
do it with the NFL. I think Bailey finna come up next week. I think Bailey gonna come on next week, but you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it. We'll get it together. So I'm gonna go back through it because I'm gonna go back through your list because our list is nasty. Just listen to these running backs that we pick, right? So you say now we ain't even gonna say the honorable mention. We're just gonna get them the all-time greats, right? We're gonna say your all-time greats was Marshall Falk at San Diego State because that was a phenomenal pick. I forgot about that. That was crazy. Ricky Williams at Texas, phenomenal pick. Great, crazy running back, explosive, all that. Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State. Boy,
Somebody kill it.
golly. And then you went with AP, Derrick Henry, AP, of course. Now, y'all know AP was a straight monster. Do not play with Adrian Peterson. That man was a problem with them Sooners. And Derrick Henry with the Alabama Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, going crazy. Derrick McFadden at Arkansas, Pigs, crazy, right? Reggie Bush
Yeah.
with the USC Trojans, he was phenomenal, bro. Oh my goodness, he was phenomenal. Oh, he was phenomenal. And then Dalvin Cook from Florida State, man, that was bro. Goodness gracious. I went with my honorable all-time greats for the OGs. I went with Herschel Walker from Georgia. You don't know about him, go check him out. Herschel Walker at Georgia, running back. Then your boy went with Earl the Pearl Campbell, right? I went with Earl Campbell from Texas and Longhorns. Then I went with Marcus Allen, baby. Yeah, from the USC Trojans. Yeah, for sure. And then my top 5 was Trent Richardson, Alabama, Jamal Charles at Texas, Nick Chubb at Georgia, Saquon Barkley at Penn State, and Clinton Portis at Miami. Listen. Our list is crazy, bro. That's crazy. We went back. We gave y'all some down the day news. We gave y'all our top 5 running backs and receivers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll do some top 5. Maybe we do a straight the next time we come up here, we do a straight top 5 position. So we got time to do it. So we'll be seeing y'all in a couple of weeks, not next week, not next Saturday, but the Saturday after or Friday, whatever, who we gonna do that on. But we'll be popping up with that for y'all because y'all already heard that be made live. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. AD, man, I appreciate you coming in and kicking it with me too, bro.
Yes, sir. Ain't no thing, man. Ain't no thing. Happy 4th of July to you, my boy. You probably hear the fireworks in my background.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, they popping them off now and over here too. So y'all go ahead, toast your beer, You know what I'm saying? Raise your glass right now. Raise your joint. Raise whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted, you know what I'm saying, y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all night. You know what I'm saying? Peace out. Y'all know how I always give it up. I ain't said it in a while. Pray for yourself. Pray for each other. Pray for me because we're always praying for y'all. Peace.
Amen, brother.
Yes.